What's up, everyone? Welcome back to, I believe, the third episode or fourth,
Fourth. I think it's fourth.
episode of Big Apple Baseball Banter. I'm your host, Elias. I'm being joined by,
Ben.
and we got quite the show we got a ton to get through today. So, not going to be able to go into as much detail for some stuff just because we don't want this to be 5 hours and we tend to ramble. But
Yep.
a few channel updates. Thank you guys so much for the support. Please subscribe, please comment. That helps us out a ton. Obviously the whole YouTube thing. Another new feature we have, or another thing, we are on Instagram now at big.apple.baseball.banter. Shout out to Ben for getting that set up. And
No problemo.
the coolest thing we got now is we have a Google Voice number, so you guys can call in and leave a voicemail with any questions. We have one for tonight just because I reached out to some people who I got to listen to the show. One of them left a voicemail, and we may get a second one. We'll see. But yeah, just call in with it's a way that you guys can be kind of collaborative with us, and you can get your questions answered on the show instead of just a boring old comment. So first thing we're going to talk about is the amount of club options being declined. I think what's so important about this is that for, like, let's say in the NFL, contracts aren't fully guaranteed. So a lot of times you see really good players being cut to save money because there's a salary cap, and sometimes you just don't want to be paying that much money for a player. So good players get cut. In baseball, contracts are fully guaranteed. So you have to really, like, super suck to get cut. Like, unless you're, like, young, like a minor league kind of player, like that doesn't – if you're on, like, a big contract and you get cut, like, let's say this past year, the Giants traded for Zach Cozart because the Angels were able to dump his contract, but they had to send the Giants one of their top prospects, or maybe not a top prospect, but a really good prospect of theirs. So they also ended up cutting the guy because he's so bad that they don't want to waste a roster spot on him. But it's like you're so bad that
you aren't even worth
you're not even
a
worth
shot
a roster
on the team.
spot, and they're willing to just pay for nothing. So. But the thing with that is that with a club option, that's basically like getting cut in the NFL without any guaranteed money. So you don't have to pay. There's usually a buyout of either like a couple $1 million or something. But basically, if you decline a club option, you become a free agent. So we've seen a lot of good players get their club options declined. The biggest one, I think, is Brad Hand, which Mets
I was shocked.
I'm not, because he was owed $10 million, and it's the Indians we're dealing with. So they don't spend anything. So Mets, please sign this guy. He had a really good year last year, and we had a walk off of him once. So I think he'll join his kryptonite. So any other
can't beat him, join him.
Yeah, can't beat him, join him. Be like Kevin Durant, man. Other players notable who got their club options declined: Colton Wong. I was surprised about that. Who else?
Charlie Morton. But that was very not surprising.
Yeah. And we're going to get into free agent predictions later in this episode, but I actually think he'll go back to the Rays just on a cheaper deal.
Same.
But Brett Gardner, who else?
Howie Kendrick.
Howie Kendrick, Ryan Braun, a lot of older players, which obviously you don't want to pay, but I think
Sergio Romo. He's one of the older ones.
Yeah, I think Colton Wong and Brad Hand, because those are kind of the cores of.
Those are big name players.
Like, Brad Hand was traded for a top prospect who, what's his name, Mejia, who has not panned out whatsoever in San Diego. But
I mean, he's got good defense. Got a good arm.
His defense is terrible.
No, I mean his arm.
His arm's good. Yeah, he's awful at framing though. But they literally traded for 2 catchers at the deadline, the Padres, because he was so bad. So, but like, you're trading like a legit top prospect, which thank God he didn't pan out, just to have a guy for 2 years, and then you have an option for a third year and extend him. But yeah, I think this is clear that it's all because of the pandemic. About not having fans in the stadium, a ton of loss of revenue, which I hate to hear, because these owners are billionaires. There's no salary cap, so you shouldn't be worried about not spending enough or spending too much money. Like, we know you got hit, but you're a damn billionaire. So the thing that benefits the Mets the most is that we got a new owner. So you guys saw, I upload like a quick 2-minute video. We're gonna be doing stuff like that. Just throw a quick up news live reaction, and I watched it back, and to be honest, I was kind of surprised because I didn't seem that excited or surprised in the video. Believe me, I am. But it's just been getting hyped up and talked about for so long that like I knew it was gonna happen. It was just great for it to be finally official. Like also I didn't have time to like pop champagne like Draft Nick Mark did on Instagram. But yeah, I'm really happy Steve Cohen is our new owner, and it couldn't have been at a better time, to be honest, because now the Wilpons lost a ton of money in revenue. Steve Cohen lost nothing. The Wilpons, the coupons,
Oh,
the
I never thought
welfare
about that.
Wilpons,
Yeah.
yeah, welfare
Everyone lost a
Wilpons,
lot
the
of money.
coupons, whatever you're talking about. And now we have the richest owner who lost no money because he wasn't an owner beforehand. So, Steve Cohen, I love you. One last thing, just please buy the Jets if you can, but that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I think the Mets are going to be able to spend big in free agency. Even in his opening statement, he mentioned free agency. Like, I don't think
that's good.
Yeah, this dude
Very
has bought
good news.
$100 million worth of art, and he just bought a baseball team, and his players are his little art pieces, and it's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait. I haven't been this excited. I get overly excited every year. I thought we were going to win the division this year, to be honest. I was pretty confident we were making the playoffs, especially with the expanded form.
Oh, yeah. I thought for sure you were going to make it too.
Now, granted, a lot of injuries happened. Rojas's first year, which I'm not sold out on him. I see a lot of Mets fans shitting on Rojas. I'd say give him more time. We gave Callaway 2 years. We could give Rojas 2 years. And the players absolutely love this guy to death. They all came up with him in the minor league system. So, Steve Cohen, yeah, man, I'm so excited. He's richer. I think he's worth $14 billion. He's richer than 3 previous richest owners combined. Now, money doesn't mean everything.
Damn.
Got to be hire the right guys, but he already brought back Sandy Alderson, I think, as president of baseball operations, something like that. Hopefully that means Brody Van Wagenen is out the door because that dude's a fucking moron. I can't stand him. He's like worse at his job than Mickey Callaway was, and that's saying something. He's like he's like the Adam Gase of, and I know I make a lot of football references, but he's the Adam Gase of the Mets, basically. Just pure incompetence, moron. And I first liked him. Well, the hire I didn't understand because he's a freaking agent. Like, the Mets, a New York team hired an agent for their general manager. Like, that shouldn't happen. And the amount of dumb moves he's made is just stupid. So, some moves that he did make that, segueing into some Met news, Brad Brock and Dylan Betances both picked up their club options. So we were talking a bit about club options. I definitely saw this coming. Neither had a good year. Betances had a really bad year, and but I definitely think he can not really reset his market, but go back to his old status.
I think he should stay in your part of New York, to be honest.
Yeah, hey, if he has a good year this year, I'm totally game bringing him back. I like him a lot. I think, like, playing for the Mets is definitely a better situation than playing for the Yankees, just ballpark-wise, division-wise. Well, not really division anymore. I think that our division now is more offensively. Like, a couple of years ago, you couldn't stop the AL East.
Red Sox, Yankees, Blue Jays
when they were in their prime. Orioles a couple of years ago weren't.
Oh, yeah, with Nelson Cruz, Trum Bombs.
Matt Wieters, that whole core.
Matt
Machado.
Wieters.
Yeah.
Crush Davis.
Yep.
The other Crush Davis.
Yeah, Chris Davis before he forgot how to hit. So, yeah, I'm glad to see these guys are back. Brad Brock I like. Didn't have a good year last year. Hopefully he's more of a depth piece. I'm cool using him, but hopefully not. He's not. I don't think we're going to rely on him being our main starter. I do want to pick up 2 more bullpen arms, maybe 3. Thank God
Same.
Diaz returned to form, and
the advanced stats, they don't lie.
Yeah, but advanced stats my ass. He had an awful 2019. Every time he came up to bat, I thought every time he came to pitch, he's giving up a home run. Yeah, he's blowing it. Like Jim Brewer, you know that is a comedian, diehard Mets fan. He was talking about him at a show, And
Yeah,
he's
I've never
talking
heard
to,
of him.
yeah, and he was talking about how he's like, we got the best closer of all time. That's what people were saying. He's like, Mariano Rivera, who? And he said, and one day he just throw, ping, ping, and he said, and it happened 14 more times. Throw, ping, throw, ping. That's literally what it felt like. Like there was one
Yeah,
point
just like
JT
the Looney
Realmuto,
Tunes episode.
the Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Yup. Yeah. There was at one point JT Realmuto hit a home run off of him, and you could just tell him he was just like, "I'm done, man." But of course, he gave up a home run that ended up making us lose the game on the second game of the season. Had a couple rough stretches against the Yankees. He blew a huge lead, but
Oh,
after
yeah,
that,
he
man,
did.
after that, like he was unhittable. He struck
The
out
stuff
literally
is still there.
everyone. Yeah. So I like Diaz a lot. Lugo might be going back to the bullpen. I don't really know if he's a starter, but it's weird
He looks
because
like a bulk pitcher or an opener.
yeah, because you can't pitch him back-to-back days. So I think he's great as like let's say DeGrom goes 7, now Lugo can go 2, and then Diaz closes,
Ooh.
like that kind of thing, or like who else we got?
7-2-1. That's 10 innings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, DeGrom goes 7, and Lugo closes, and then you rest him the next day, and then the next guy who goes, or when your back end starters aren't pulling their weight as much, not going as deep into games, you can use him there. So I think he can be effective both as a starter and a reliever. I had a couple good outings as a starter, had a couple bad outings as a starter, but he's just a really good pitcher in general.
Yeah, I think
He's always said how much he's wanted to be a starter. He even said he doesn't like believe in openers and stuff like that. He's just either you're a starter or you're a reliever, which I agree. Like you can bullpen a game in the playoffs, but I don't think you should have a bullpen game for every like in the playoffs it works, but like in the regular season having like a 4-man rotation plus a bullpen day, I'm not crazy about it. Maybe I'm too old school. Like I'm pretty old school.
I mean, it worked for the Yankees in 2019,
yeah.
so I'm perfectly fine with it. And it's kind of what the Rays are built on.
Yeah, I'm
And
pretty
the
old
Rays
school when
made
it's
it to
not
Game
DH.
6 of the World Series.
Yeah. Dodgers bullpen that last game, I'm pretty sure too. So the game they won on. But yep. Also, some more Met news as I pull it up. We signed a bunch of minor leaguers. So catcher Bruce Maxwell, catcher David Rodriguez. This one gets me kind of excited. Outfielder Malik Smith. I'll go in a little bit of detail. This dude's lightning fast, but surprisingly isn't a great center fielder. But if the rosters are big enough, I'd be down to keep him and Marisnik as kind of our
invite him to spring training.
Yeah, definitely. No, I can see this guy being on the roster as kind of that 5th outfielder if the rosters are big enough. And let's say we lose an infielder bat or something, you could have Malik Smith, and then in the 9th inning, if you got a pretty healthy lead, you could put him in left and Marisnik in center and Conforto in right. Yeah, I don't know how I forgot about him. Conforto in right. That's a stud outfield, and this guy is perfect for pinch hitting.
Above average.
Yeah, and this dude is stupid fast and can be really used really well in a pinch hitting role. Now, what pisses me off about this is that freaking Brody Van Wagenen trades for guys like this. Like the speedy defensive center fielder couldn't be any easier to find, or just speedy defensive outfielder. This dude gave up a bunch of prospects, for not great prospects to be fair, for Keon Broxton, DFA'd like a month in the season, and one of those guys even got, I think we talked about this, even got flipped for like Omar Narvaez, who not a great season, but the fact that you can get a guy,
he's higher profile, simple as that.
Yeah, but the fact that you can get basically Omar Narvaez for free because you ended up getting Keon Broxton back, and you traded you traded for Billy Hamilton after he was a free agent in the offseason. So if you liked him so much, you could have just signed him. And the dude we gave up was a pretty decent prospect until he had to get Tommy John. And,
who was it?
His name's what's his name? Jordan Humphreys. Now he was I think he was in the top 10 in our system, but he could be a decent bullpen arm one day. I think it's Jordan Humphreys.
He's on the Cubs right now, I'm pretty sure.
Giants. Oh no, Billy Hamilton was on the Cubs, yeah. He's a free agent now.
Yeah,
But
that's what I thought.
Malik Smith, I think, could be cool. Outfielder hang on, Johnny Shuey Fargus. John Shuey Fargus.
That
All I
sounds
know
like a
about this
Met.
dude is he's lightning fast. So that's
All
cool
I
to
know
have
about
in
that guy is that
AAA
he sounds like
system.
a Met.
Yeah. Jake Hager, minor leaguer. Jose Peraza. Now this is,
Oh,
yeah, I didn't think we were going to get him on a
ooh.
minor league deal. Now, this guy's the perfect guy to have in AAA. You have a ton of injuries like the Mets love to have. He's a good fill-in bat. I thought he could get a major league deal on a bench or something.
Same.
So.
I'm surprised.
And you could always, let's say he has a good spring training, you play him for a bit, you could always flip him for something decent, something better than, you don't need another second baseman. That's a position of strength. I guess he's replacing what Jed Lowry was supposed to be. But now, granted,
For a lot less money.
And Lowry was supposed to be an everyday player, and then luckily guys like J.D. Davis emerged, and
Hmm.
Todd Frazier obviously left. So we also got Luis Carpio. These guys are infielders. Mitchell Toman, and then right-handed pitchers. Arodys Vizcaino, who I've heard of.
Oh,
I don't know how good he is
ooh,
anymore,
he
but
throws hard. He's a
yeah,
gas thrower. He was on Seattle a couple years back, and he was
right.
pretty dominant. Kind of like what's his name? Uh, kind of had a second breakout, comeback of the year kind of candidate for the Royals, and now is on the Padres.
Oh, Rosenthal.
Yeah, Rosenthal. Very
Yep.
similar story to him if he can, find
Make the
his.
comeback. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then Harold Gonzalez and Oscar De La Cruz. That's a pretty sweet last name, if I had to say so myself. But yeah, just some minor Mets news. Obviously, we also extended I think we talked about this last time. The tender to Marcus Stroman. He might pick it up. Either way, if he signs with another team, then we'll get a draft pick. So that's pretty sweet. Any Yankee news?
Gio did not win the Gold Glove.
Oh, we're gonna get to that. Yeah, I
I
knew you
know.
were gonna be pissed about that.
I am fucking Isaiah Kiner Falefa,
It used to be
and I
catcher.
will leave it at that for now. Jesus. Um, basically, Yankees haven't really, we lost Domingo Acevedo, who has kind of just been used to be a top prospect. The velocity's been lowering since then. So, not much there. Leonardo Molina and a bunch. Luis Avalon, Fernando Abad, Dan Otero, and
Avalon, we had him last year.
yeah,
Decent.
yeah.
He's kind of going extinct now because he's a lefty specialist with the 3-batter rule. He's kind of
And not
useless
that
now,
good.
but yeah, nice changeup.
Hmm.
But that's like the only pitch he throws, so that's kind of an issue too.
We're also losing Russell Herrera, who I was watching in spring training a bunch last year, and I was so hyped about that guy. And I was thinking he was like outfielder, the future behind Jason Dominguez.
Ooh,
Nope, he's a
that
free
dude
agent
is a
now.
freaking monster. I saw a
I
picture
guess
of
you
that
can say
dude.
he's a Martian.
Yeah, no, Dominguez is like, was he 16?
17, yeah.
Yeah, this dude's my age, and he's making millions to be signed, and got signed by the Yankees. Wow. Back to some Met news. I forgot to say we made 2 waiver claims: Jacob Barnes and Nick Tropiano. Nick Tropiano
Oh,
actually had a
you,
decent year last year. Actually,
yeah.
while I'm pulling up his stat, 1.15 ERA in 15 innings, so not bad. Good. It's always important to build as much depth as you can, especially with minor leagues playing and how the alternate sites last year. You could kind of just stock up on quality veterans, quality depth. So that's really
Yeah.
important.
We actually signed him before last season, before trading him away. Or no, I think we released him mid-season. He had a solid spring training, so who knows?
Nice.
Good on you guys.
All right, so we will move into the award predictions. So, if I'm looking at my notes, yep. All right, award predictions. So first, We have now. When I wrote down my notes for the episode, it was before the finalists came out, so I kind of predicted the finalists. Some of
Oh,
them I
okay.
got, some of them I got right, some of them I got wrong. So,
Hmm.
start with Cy Young in the National League. Yu Darvish, Jacob DeGrom, and Trevor Bauer. Unfortunately,
Yep.
my pick is Trevor Bauer. I love Trevor Bauer, but I really want to see DeGrom win it.
Get the three-peat.
Yeah, get the three-peat. That would be huge, but I don't see it happening. As
Yeah.
much as that pains me to say, but hey, maybe get the with the 60-game season. If you don't count it, then the next year you get the three-peat. No, I'm just kidding. But I think Bauer will be first, DeGrom second, Darvish third. Nice to see Darvish pitching back to what he used to be.
Oh yeah.
Uh, how about your pick in the National League?
Well, you got it. I thought you were gonna pick DeGrom just
I'm not
cause,
that biased. I'm not that
yeah,
biased.
I was kind of scared there for a second. But yeah, it's definitely Bauer. He led in ERA, WHIP, batting average against, complete games if you look at complete games, and he
The
was second in
7-inning
strikeouts.
games.
Yeah, obviously,
Yeah,
but I mean, hey, a
double
complete
headers.
game's a complete game.
Hey,
He did actually finish second in strikeouts to another pitcher on this list, one by the name of uh, correct me if I'm wrong, Jakob Digrum.
who's Jakob Digrum?
I don't know. He's some pitcher for the Mets, righty. I don't know.
Oh,
He
Jacob
seems
DeGrom. Jacob DeGrom. You got me there, man. I was gonna. I'm like, I'm not gonna be like pretending like I know this guy. So I'm like, yeah, Jakob Digrum. Yeah, you got me there. But you
I
have
almost went
DeGrom
with
coming
the
in
old.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, well, I wanted to put DeGrom second. However, there was somebody who was left off the ballot, and it
Corbin
was just
Burns,
no, not Corbin
Max
Burns.
Fried.
No, not Max Fried.
Who else was really high?
He pitches for the Padres.
Oh, Denilson Lamet.
Yeah, he was basically second in every single category except for ERA, in which he was third, still finished ahead of DeGrom. I don't know why he's not here. I guess it's because, the value of his name isn't as high as Darvish or DeGrom.
Yeah, that's
But
definitely part of it.
I do think that he's going to be up there in the future.
Cool. In the AL, I had Shane. When I wrote my notes, I had Shane Bieber and no one else because it should be unanimous. But I know Ryu was the other guy. Do you know who the third was?
Kenta Maeda.
Kenta Maeda, right. Bieber, we don't even have to talk about it.
Yeah, it's
He was
no discussion.
virtually unhittable. Yeah.
Triple Crown.
Yeah, he had a rough game in the wild card series, which bummed me out.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
I was
he
really
did.
confident. I was talking to my Yankee fan friend, not Ben, but someone else. I was like, "Yeah, you guys are kind of screwed tonight. You're not getting hits off Bieber," but that didn't really work out. And then Gio hit the grand slam, but oh well. It's not like
Woohoo!
it's not like the Yankees made it much further. So again,
It's not like the Mets made the postseason.
oh no, but not like the not like the Yankees had as high of a draft pick as us. Just kidding, dude. That's what I can't stand about Mets fans. They were like, after literally one loss or one series loss, I hop on Instagram. Oh, the season's over. Let's tank for this Kumar Rocker guy. I'm like, first of all, MLB draft is not the place to tank. Like other sport, NFL is the only sport that makes sense to tank because NHL and NBA are a lottery system, so you're not pretty much guaranteed even if you have the worst record.
Yeah.
You just have a better odds of doing it. Draft prospects in baseball are such a question mark, and a lot of them they've been hitting on a lot more. The fact that these guys have an option to sign or not kind of says everything. Like there's been times where a first overall pick or like a top 5 pick just won't sign, or you get a Mark Appel who just is a total bust.
Mm-hmm.
Now the only thing great about a top 5 pick or like a getting super high draft pick is that also that's like instant trade capital. Like
that's
get
really the
Spencer
only
Torkelson, you can
instant
get
power you have.
yeah, but I'm not gonna waste the whole season and hope that we lose games because of now if you're eliminated from the playoffs, yeah, lose every game you can because might as well. Like shout out to Brewpack, a Brewers YouTuber. he was talking about grading the MLB seasons, and he said the Pirates get an A because they were supposed to suck, and they sucked really. They like were really good at sucking. So
Yeah,
they got the
it's
dude
like
from Vandy.
the Orioles must have gotten a D then, because they were supposed to suck, and then they ended up not sucking for quite a while.
Well, yeah, but they also, like, at least what I've seen, their draft pick last year was a total reach. Heston Kjerstad or whatever his name is.
Oh
I
yeah,
heard,
like
yeah,
what? He was projected to go second round or something.
yeah, he was. I think he was like, I think the 12th
Fourth round?
ranked player. No, he was like the 12th ranked player, but
Yeah,
he
yeah.
went number 2. But
The
anyways,
power hitting outfielder. I
yeah,
remember
I
I
think
was
he's
sitting
from
on my
Arkansas.
stoop. I was like, what the fuck was that?
And I don't really pay attention much to that MLB draft. I kind of should, but especially
I
now that
watched
I'm.
like the first round and that's it.
Yeah, I checked out who the Mets picked. My man Pete Crow Armstrong. Hopefully we got our center fielder. But yeah, AL Shane Bieber, no doubt about it. MVP. So in the National League, we have Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and Manny Machado. Right.
Yep.
I thought it was gonna be Tatis at 3, but also he kind of cooled down towards the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
I think it's pretty clearly Freddie Freeman. I don't have his
Mm.
stats pulled up. I think he hit like 340, and it's pretty rare to see a first baseman win MVP because it's not considered a very valuable position. But
Yeah.
this dude hit like no other.
With
I
good
hate the
defense.
good defense. I hate the Braves more than pretty much any Met fan do. But I love Freddie Freeman. He's so fun to watch. He's got such a weird swing, but such a cool swing at the same time. He's
He's
just
also one of the nicest guys in
yeah,
baseball.
great guy, and he's literally like my book, the perfect baseball player. He's a contact hitter with power. Because for me, like what gets me excited more than anything is not actually home runs. It's when you got runners in
Same.
scoring position and a big hit because then you
Yes.
get to see chaos in the field. You get to see those defenders
Yes.
scrambling. The most exciting play I've ever seen in my lifetime maybe was the end of Game 4 of the World Series. The fact that Brett
Yes.
Phillips, who's been on like
Of all people.
yeah, who sucks. First of all, I'm like, oh man, all right, game over. Um, uh,
Mm-hmm.
he's terrible. Well, clearly not that terrible, but the fact that and then 2 errors and
It
stuff, and
wasn't a
it's just
solid hit.
it was a decent hit, man.
It was a
Especially off of
blooper.
hey, you could tell off the sound of the bat that it was gonna be a base hit.
Yeah, but it wasn't that hard hit.
Okay, it was still he still won the game.
A hit's a
Now,
hit. A hit's a
granted,
hit.
he tied the game, and the Dodgers kind of won it for them, but yeah, Freddie Freeman. No doubt about it. I'd put Betts second, Machado third.
Yeah.
How about you?
I also went with Freeman because he led in the traditionalist categories, as in like batting average, RBIs, and runs. And then he also led in on base and slugging, which, obviously leads to OPS.
Yep.
So we love that.
That's probably my favorite stat, to be honest. That
Yes,
and on
that
base
or OPS
percentage.
plus. On base percentage and OPS plus.
Yeah, on base percentage is plain old OPS. But I do like OPS plus. That's one of like the advanced stats I'm a big fan of just because it kind of counts for
It's so simple.
ballpark.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like you're this much above league average.
Mm-hmm.
American League, it was Jose Abreu, Jose Ramirez, and who was the third guy?
DJ LeMahieu.
Right. Because I thought it was gonna be Trout. I thought Trout was gonna get the third slot. But I would go DJ third, Jose Ramirez second, and Jose Abreu first. I actually think his hitting was so good this year, and he also improved his defense a ton. Again, it's first base. You could say now this is so close because he definitely had a slightly better offensive year than Jose Ramirez, but Jose Ramirez also plays third base and plays third base very well, and also he steals bases too. So
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty
That
much
is
a
very
toss-up.
underrated.
Yeah, I would go with Jose, and you could bring up the discussion. Jose Ramirez, he's on a worse team, not as much
Fuck that
protection.
discussion. Get that out of here.
Yeah, no, it's. I'd go Jose Abreu, but it's super close.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm about to put the banter into a Big Apple Banter because I have DJ
Big Apple
winning.
Baseball Banter.
Obviously, I'm just trying to abbreviate it, keep the video shorter.
BBB,
Of course.
BBAB or
BBAB.
BABB.
BBWAA should vote for DJ LeMahieu because of the three, he led in batting average, on base percentage, OPS, and he is the best defender out of the three. My
Okay.
case is closed, and if you have
Is
any
he?
further discussion, we can
Is he?
take this like in real life.
Yeah, but the Yankees never play him at his actual position.
Well, he still has a better glove than all the other two at any position.
J-Ram can field, man.
He can,
So
but he's not
this isn't
DJ.
this isn't who you want to win. It's who you think is going to win. LeMahieu's not winning this.
He has the highest batting average, on base percentage, and OPS.
Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I think Ramirez is. I mean, Abreu's going to win.
I have him second.
And J-Ram third.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to Rookie of the Year, we have Jake Cronenworth, Devin Williams, and Alex Baum. My man Andres Jimenez should have been on here, but Mets, you didn't play him enough because you're an idiot and you're obsessed with the Med Rosario, which I like him too, but Jimenez is better, and he could have been on here if you played him more. Also, he came down with the Rona, the COVID, whatever you want to call it. There goes our algorithm. But
oh my God, Elias!
Hey, it's not like we're getting views anyways. It's not like we're getting paid for this. Not yet, at least.
Not yet.
Yeah. But this is tough. I just went with Jake Cronenworth. The fact that Devin Williams had the better year, but he's reliever, so I'd put more value into an everyday second baseman. So I would go Cronenworth 1, Devin Williams 2, Alec Baum 3.
Ooh, wow. Well,
is it Baum or Bohm?
Oh, it's Bohm, but yeah. I think Baum sounds cooler, so I think we should just stick with it for now.
Really good hitter, but he's not a third baseman. I think he's going to be their first baseman with maybe
hopefully the DH stays.
Yeah, I swear to God, I'm seeing stuff that's not going to.
Did you hear Manfred wants to like make a neutral site permanent for the World Series?
I don't like it. But I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Like the Super Bowl. Also the Super Bowl's one game, so yeah, I know. Because then the fans are gonna have to travel all the way to the neutral site. Yeah, it's not fair to them. But yeah, I don't like that. But man, I swear to God, if the DH, like, why? We've talked about this so many times before, but it makes no sense. Why do you want to see? And I see, like, I totally respect these guys, but like one of my favorite baseball YouTubers, Hum Baby Baseball, he's a big Giants fan. Big old school Giants fan, and he was like, I hope it doesn't come back. I'm like, why? You want to see? I know the strategy and all that shit, but if you want strategy, then get rid of the 3 batter minimum. That's your strategy right there.
Yeah, that is quite a bit of strategy right there.
I don't know. I don't get why we want to see not real hitters hitting. It's so stupid, man. But yeah, what's your pick? Now that you got me all fired up about this, what's your pick?
Well, I actually think that, again, we're going right back to banter. I actually have either Alec Bohm or Devin Williams kind of like tied for first, and I would be fine with either of them winning. And just because I don't think all 3 of these players were outstanding at one thing, but then lacked in something else. Bohm can't defend for shit.
At first, he decently can, but at third, no.
Yeah, exactly.
And he played the majority of his games at third. That's showing that I'm not biased. I just defended a Philly.
Cronenworth quite almost fell off in the second half, and his OPS like plummeted. I thought he was going to get it for sure, and then he had the month of September.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I think Devin Williams is a better pick because he literally had one of the best reliever seasons I've ever seen. Now, granted, smaller sample size.
That's why I have him tied with Bohm. This tiny sample size. Like if this were a full season,
but
and he pulled that off.
Season.
God, that would be
I'd actually put Devin. Like, when do you see a below 1 ERA for a freaking rookie?
When do you see a below 0.5 ERA for anyone?
Yeah, especially a rookie. I think he only gave up 1 run.
in 27 innings.
I think I'm gonna go Devin Williams. Actually,
Yeah,
at least that's who
that's
should win.
3 whole games of 1-run ball combined.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
I think I'm actually gonna go Devin Williams.
Look at that. Flipped your pick.
Hey, I'm down to change.
Yep, that's good. That's very good.
All right, in the American League,
Life lessons.
what? It's good to change.
Yeah, life lessons with the
The
Big
Banner
Apple
Boys.
Baseball
The
Banter
Banner
team.
Boys. That's what we should call ourselves. The
Banner Boys.
Banner
There we
Boys.
go.
Yeah, we should change. Kind of like the Yankees should change their manager, but
Oh, I totally agree.
I know you agree. But all right. American League Rookie of the Year. Kyle Lewis, Luis Robert, and Christian Javier. I would go Kyle Lewis. In 1, Robert 2, and Javier 3. Javier, he kind of took in a big role, especially with a ton of injuries and lack of starting rotation there. Robert, both him and Lewis cooled down towards the end of the year, but I think Lewis just had such a hot start, and he kind of came out of nowhere too. Like you knew him, but he didn't get a damn contract extension.
Yeah, good 7 years.
Yeah, so I would go Kyle Lewis 1. How about you?
I also picked Kyle Lewis, and
Like, don't
it's
forget
just
these awards are a lot of it has to do with the story as well.
yeah,
Like
it's not all numbers.
yeah, it's majority, but a lot of times it tends to be the big story.
Which is very unfortunate. Like, this is a sport, not a reality TV show.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So yeah, I went with Kyle Lewis because even though he and Robert, I still have no idea. I probably should know by now.
Same.
They both, yeah, they both kind of fell off. But when I say fell off, I mean Robert actually finished with a below average OPS, whereas Lewis finished with an 800. Simple as that. Javier had a very
They're both
solid season.
stud defenders in the outfield too.
Oof.
So yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. Made some web gems. But all right, moving on to manager of the year. We have Don Mattingly, Jace Tingler, and David Ross. I think Craig Counsell should have been on here actually. The fact that he made the playoffs with like the worst offense you've ever
Brewers.
seen. Yeah, the worst and not even that great of a starting pitching. Yes, Devin Williams, Josh Hader, and Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff, but like they don't really have that like big ace.
No. Corbin Burns pitched like an
ace, but I'm not saying
who knows
like,
if that continues.
Exactly.
He's coming off an 8.3 ERA.
Yeah, exactly. So I would go Don Mattingly 1, Jace Tingler 2, and Ross 3. Mattingly he overcame way more adversity than like anyone. His team before everything that went down they were supposed to be a last place team. They made the playoffs, and I know it doesn't mean anything when it comes to these awards. He swept a pretty good team in a playoff series and a division winner too. So also with the whole COVID outbreak that happened in the Marlins, the fact that they were just picking guys off the street, and he was able to galvanize his dudes, putting players in the right position, and was able to make them a playoff team. And they got hot at first. I thought they were just liars and like they were frauds. Like this is a good team, but they kept it up.
That happened with a lot of teams.
Yeah, but they were the bad teams like the Tigers and Orioles started out well. The Marlins maintained that, man. And now when the way they lost the playoffs was pretty brutal, but yeah, I would go Don Mattingly, which even in the past I haven't thought he's a good manager. When I see the Mets, he makes some calls I think that are pretty weird. For the longest time, I was thinking Jace Tingler's a really good option too, just because think about how many guys had either breakout seasons or comeback seasons. Hosmer, Machado, Will Myers, and guys like Trent Grisham and Jake Cronenworth just coming out of nowhere. So
Grisham was a top prospect. Cronenworth, I had no idea
Cronenworth
about.
was like a throwaway in the Tommy Pham trade. So
That really just tells you a lot. Well, I mean, it could potentially tell you a lot about the San Diego front office. Who knows? Maybe they did see something. I mean, they have
hey, they're
had
one
to
of the
seen.
best. They're the best. One of the best organizations in the league. They got Fernando Tatis for James Shields from the White Sox, and they like have had one of the best farm systems in the past decade. They got,
Forever. Yeah.
yeah, they got Mackenzie Gore down there, C.J. Abrams, some
Mackenzie Gore.
studs. They got some studs down there. I can't. Mackenzie Gore in his 90-degree angle pitching motion. Can't wait to see that in the bigs.
Oh, yeah. Electric.
So, what's your pick for manager of the year?
I also took Don Mattingly. I really never thought I'd be saying that.
I never thought I would.
He does not really seem like a good manager. And above all, his ejections are like kind of really strange to watch, and they inflict you with feelings that you aren't really supposed to feel when you're watching a manager get ejected. It's more of like, it's less of an ejection happiness and more of just like a what the hell am I watching kind of happiness.
Yeah.
I really wanted David Ross to win because of the three. He is my personal favorite like person overall because it's fucking Rossi. I love him,
Yeah.
and
And
it
that's coming
pains
from
me,
a
but
Yankee fan too.
yeah, I love David Ross. But yeah, it pains me to say, but Don Mattingly
And you would go
is,
Tingler too, or
yeah, yeah.
okay. Uh, American League. Kevin Cash. Tommy Montoyo. Is that his name? And
Charlie
Charlie
Montoya.
Montoyo. Yeah. And Rick Renteria. I'm shocked Rick Renteria's on here. Just the simple fact he got fired or they mutually parted ways. I would have. I'm pissed he's not on here. Bob Melvin should be on here. A ton of injuries. He lost his best player, and his team
And
won a
still made
division
postseason.
and
Yep.
was able to take out a powerhouse. Now, granted, the Astros weren't as great as they were, especially on the pitching side, but I'm shocked he's
Holy
not on
shit, were
here.
they hot though?
Yeah, and the fact that he was able to win the division, and they were one of the, especially earlier in the year, they were one of the best teams in the league, and then they
Yeah,
lost their best player. Um, I think Bob Melvin should have been on here, but anyways,
definitely.
I think Kevin Cash is going to win it. Now this obviously isn't including the playoffs, but the dude had the stupid amount of injuries. He lost like his whole everyone in his bullpen. He plays matchups so well. He makes really good decisions. Now sometimes not, but very analytical.
One occurrence.
Yeah, it sucks that that's going to kind of define him for a while, but I'd go Kevin Cash, and then I would go Montoya, or I'd go Renneria, and then Montoya. Uh, Montoya, like I don't think he's like the greatest manager. I just think because it was a surprise team. Now,
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the story for manager of the year
exact manager of the year
quite
is
a
kind of,
couple times.
yeah, who got the most out of the least,
Yes.
and who was kind of the shocker, like the big time shocker.
Mm-hmm. And that's why Mattingly's going to win.
Exactly.
He was the big time shocker.
But he also overcomes so much. Like these people aren't the voters.
Obviously.
The voters aren't watching game tape and going through each of their decisions and grading them or shit like that. That's not really what manager of the year is.
Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think manager of the year is kind of a team award. I kind of like that.
I do like that. However, I think if you're going to call it a team award, then you better like
Standout team of the year,
put the
something like
team
that.
name above the manager's name.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to comeback player of the year. I don't think this could be for me. I don't think it's any easier. National League. If this guy doesn't win it, I'm gonna be so pissed. Daniel Bard of the Rockies. This dude was a freaking coach for the Diamondbacks organization, and he came back this year and he pitched in Colorado and had an ERA
Success.
under 4.
I'm pretty sure,
Like,
right?
yeah, ERA under 4 in Colorado. I think he's been out of the league since out of the major league since
2012?
2013. Like I went to his
Wow.
MLB page, and his last transaction before this year was he was in the Mets system and he retired, and then he became a coach. Like if that doesn't scream comeback player of the year, I don't know what does. Who's your now comeback player of the year?
Well, I was gonna go with. I didn't even know this was a thing, to be honest.
What,
It didn't
comeback
come up in
player?
the rankings. I'm just
No, it
looking at it
didn't. It
now.
just they do it every year. So
Yeah. I would do NL. Will Myers. You've been
th-
raving about him all
that was
year.
my pick until I realized Daniel Bard. So there's not like a final three, but I would go Will Myers second, just because he was great for a
Mhm.
while and then sucked, and then he's really good now.
Yeah,
But this
I
is like,
think
to
like
me, Daniel Bard is a
the thing
true
with Daniel
comeback.
Bard though. I think it's a comeback, obviously, but it's like if you're gonna say that's a comeback, then you can say that like somebody getting injured and then coming back and having a good year is a comeback player of the year candidate.
That's a comeback of the year. Like Donaldson last year. Like he had some injury plagued seasons and his play
Well, do you
got
think Giancarlo Stanton is your comeback player of the year?
no, because he didn't actually play. Like Donaldson got hurt and he also played. He also played and his play clearly was affected by injury. Like I think last year we
All
had the
right.
most obvious comeback player of the year of all time in the American League with Hunter Pence. The fact that this dude was in winter ball and then came back
Yeah.
to, like, that was nuts.
Love you, Hunter. Great
Yeah.
career.
Yeah, you got his Giants jersey, right?
I do have his Giants jersey.
Nice. Yeah. Coolest slash weirdest swing of all time. But no, I love Hunter Pence.
Oh my God.
He has the. Have you seen that when he hit the ball? The ball hit off his bat twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was the liner into left, right?
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
it was, yeah, yeah.
But yeah. So you're going Will Myers.
Mhm.
Will with one L. Myers.
Yes, yes.
All right. American League, pretty easy pick for me. Now he ended his season in the National League, but when it comes to these awards, it's basically what you started with, considering you play the majority, but majority of the season happens before the trade deadline. I'm going Trevor Rosenthal. Last year, this dude literally, or he was with the Cardinals, pitched well, got Tommy John, came back, had the freaking yips. You can watch, like, when he was at the Nationals last year, you could watch there's like a video of like his first outings. Like he, like, I think got like one out and like it was bad. He had the
Oof.
yips that
Oof.
for the least, and the fact that he came
Hmm.
back with the Royals and then got traded, the fact that the team like wanted him, and now he's one of the best. He performed like one of the best relievers
Relievers.
in the year. So yeah, Trevor Rosenthal for me, no doubt about it.
Uh, for me, I'm going right back to the Royals. I'm going with Salvi Perez.
Ooh, that's a good
My
pick too. Yeah,
goodness, did he rake?
yeah,
I had I did not think whatsoever coming into the season that Salvi was a top 10 catcher
I
or
did.
like really.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know. I just never thought he could really actually perform with a bat in his hand
He's always
over a
been a good
consistent
hitter.
basis.
He just has no discipline. Like he just does not walk. That's kind of his
Yes,
issue.
at all. Ahmed Rosario minus the speed. But this year,
At catcher,
Mike,
yeah.
he from a catcher, he was one of the best hitters in the league.
Yeah.
Simple as that. He's insane. Crazy.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna segue now. We have a lot to talk about. We're gonna probably keep our biggest topic, the free agent predictions, kind of more towards the end. We're gonna quickly do our voting. I've already voted, but I guess we'll just do it on the show. For all MLB team, we're gonna try to keep this kind of quick. But this video too, I'm gonna split it up, some of the highlights, kind of so you have a single video. I'm gonna try to do that. Just so you don't have to. Now we do have timestamps in the description from all our episodes, but I'm gonna try to make that happen. But moving on to MLB all MLB teams. So first base, Jose Abreu, Brandon Belt, Freddie Freeman, Paul Goldschmidt, Dom Smith, love you, man, and your boy Luke Voigt, who should be
Love you,
traded. He's
man.
controversial. Um, uh,
Oh, oof.
we'll get into that another day. I think it's Freddie Freeman, pretty easy pick. 341 batting
Oh, yep.
average, 13 home runs, 53 RBIs, 2 stolen base, and a 1.102 OPS. Are you going with Freddie Freeman?
Yeah, Freddie Freeman for those exact same reasons.
Yep. Second base, Kevin Biggio, Robinson Cano, Jake Cronenworth, Cesar Hernandez, DJ LeMahieu, Brandon Lau,
Who?
Donovan Solano. As much as I want to go with my man Donnie Barrels, no, I'm just kidding. It's just a great nickname. I'm going DJ LeMahieu. 364
Oh,
average, 10 home runs. Wait, 27 RBIs, 3 stolen base, and a 1.011 OPS. Phenomenal year. I think the only thing that can dock him is that he didn't play his whole year at second base, but with an OPS like that, he deserves it, no doubt about it.
yeah. Look, like you could probably combine the OPSs of every other candidate, and they probably still wouldn't even reach 1.011. That's how high it is. Get this man on the all-time Hall of Fame list because he's a candidate after this season, and he's going to be MVP, and he's going to like
He's
legit
not.
have his own hall
And the Yankees
in
aren't going to pay
Cooperstown.
him enough, and he's going to be on a different team, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer for a
Shut
new
the fuck
team.
up! I can dream.
All
I
right.
can dream.
I knew that would piss you off. All right. Shortstop, Tim Anderson, Xander Bogaerts, David Fletcher, Jose Iglesias, Corey Seager, Trevor Story, Dansby Swanson, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Trey Turner. Now, it doesn't seem that obvious, but to me, it's pretty obvious. Trey Turner, no doubt about it. 335
Mm,
average, 12 home runs, 41 RBIs, 12 stolen bases, and a 982 OPS. He kind of played like Fernando Tatis with a much better average, definitely fewer,
yeah,
a couple fewer home runs, but I'm shocked he's not in the like he might deserve to be top 3 MVP. Now granted that
I could definitely see that.
the MVPs this year, like the top 3 candidates were absolute studs, but I'm actually going Trey Turner,
Yeah.
and I'm not biased because he's a national and fuck the Nationals, they suck. I know they just won the World Series, but not that they didn't play too good this year. So
You shouldn't hate on the Nationals. They've never done anything to the Mets in their history.
yes, they have.
Because the Mets didn't even make it in 2019.
Yes, so dude, we play them enough to lose enough games against them. They made my man Guillorme have to pitch a game because they had like the worst offense in the league, and of course we gave up like 17. Thanks a lot, Steven Matz. I think that was he was pitching. But who are you going with?
Well, before I announce my pick, I just want to give a shout out to David Fletcher.
Oh, of course, the
All right, so
goat.
yeah, I picked Trey Turner.
Yep, same reasons.
Yeah, super high OPS and that power speed combo, along with the 41 ribbies, which I was not expecting to see. But good on Trey Turner. All right.
Yeah. All right, next. Brian Anderson, Alec Baum, Manny Machado, Jose Ramirez, Anthony Rendon, Justin Turner, and your boy Gio Urshela. It's definitely
Oh,
between Machado and Ramirez, but I'm gonna go to Ramirez. He has
mm-hmm.
a slightly better OPS than Machado, and it's pretty close to 1,000, so that's pretty elite. Anthony Rendon probably in third, but Ramirez hit 292 with 17 home runs, 46 RBIs, 10 stolen bases, and 993 OPS. Who are you going with?
I'm also going with J Ram. But quickly, I never thought this would happen again after the huge contract he signed. But I think this year Anthony Rendon is once again extremely underrated.
Oh, for
I
sure.
have not I still haven't seen anything about him, like posts or anything.
It's just because the
But
Angels are
yeah,
so bad.
yeah. But when he
You
was
know,
on the
Trout kind of
Nats,
steals the spotlight. Yeah, he was criminally underrated until like last year. And then in the
mhm,
playoffs, people realized this guy's legit and he signed his contract. But
and now he's back to criminally underrated.
yep, moving on to
Well,
catcher. Skip. Just kidding. Travis Darno. Don't want to talk about it. Yasmani Grandal, Sean Murphy, Austin Nola, Salvador Perez, JT Realmuto, and Will Smith. I'm tempted to go Will Smith just because he had the best numbers out of the group. Well, maybe not. Actually, I think Darno actually did. But also, Will Smith didn't catch, like, he wasn't pretty. He didn't catch every game when he got Austin Barnes there. Same thing with Darno, with
mhm.
Tyler Flowers, and um, I think maybe you give it to Salvador Perez, to be honest.
Ooh.
333 average, 11 home runs, 32 RBIs, 1 stolen base, which is kind of weird for him. And 986 OPS. I think I'm actually going to Salvador Perez.
Uh, I wanted to go with Will Smith throughout the entire season, and he's an insane hitter. But I'm with you again. My comeback player of the year is my MLB All-Team catcher. He batted 333 as a catcher.
Yeah. Especially coming back from not playing a full year. And he's in a shit lineup with no protection.
And he led catchers in home runs.
Yeah. So, pretty easy
Jason
pick.
Kendall just put on like 50 pounds of muscle.
Yeah. All right, DH, Michael Brantley, Nelson Cruz, Marcelo Ozuna, Franmil Reyes, and Jesse Winker. I didn't really think about Jesse Winker as a DH, but I guess he played primarily DH. I'm going Marcelo Ozuna. He had an OPS above 1,000. That kind of gives it for me. 338 average, 18 home runs, 56 RBIs, no stolen bases, and a 1,067 OPS. The dude's going to get paid this offseason.
Oh, yeah.
Even if there's no DH next year, I think the Braves need to bring this guy back. I swear, man, their outfield's going to be like Acuna, him, Pache, Drew Waters. Like, I don't want to think about it.
That's horrifying.
Who's your pick?
Yeah, I'm also going Ozuna, but it makes me so upset that this isn't like divided AL and NL because I want to get old man Cruz as many accolades as I can.
Yeah.
Get him into Cooperstown.
He's not going to because of the whole steroids thing, but which I disagree with.
What if they forget about it?
I think Barry Bonds
He got
should be a Hall of
better.
Famer. I think Barry Bonds should be a Hall of Famer. That's a topic for a different discussion, but
it's a big discussion.
Steroids
right
don't give you the best on base percentage of all time necessarily. Doesn't give you the best eye of all time.
What?
My dad and I talked about this because he cheated, whatever. But I know. But to me, it's like the Astros didn't get punished, so why should these guys get punished?
That's very true.
So moving on to the outfield. Ronald Acuna Jr., Mookie Betts, Michael Conforto, my boy, Trent Grisham, Bryce Harper, Teoscar Hernandez, Eloy Jimenez, Kyle Lewis, Will Myers, AJ Pollock, Juan Soto, George Springer, Mike Trout, Mike Yastrzemski. Now you get 3 picks. I think you got to go Mookie Betts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Juan Soto. I know he didn't have the same sample size as the other guys because he had COVID, but he had a 1.185 OPS. That kind of says everything. And of course, you got to go Trout.
It's Trout.
He has like a career OPS above 1,000. I'm pretty sure, at least 9.
Yeah, so this was technically a down year for him.
Yeah, that down year is 281, 17 home runs, 46 RBIs, a stolen base, and a 993 OPS. Those are my 3. Who are your 3? I really want to go Conforto, but I'm being realistic here.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick Gio. Yeah, I actually had the exact same picks with an honorable mention to Acuna and Yastrzemski. I mean, there's not really much to say other than all 5 or all 3 raked and were quite speedy too. Soto stole 6 bases despite being injured, and I was not expecting that whatsoever.
He wasn't hurt. He had COVID.
COVID, yeah.
That
did
definitely
I say
affects,
hurt? My bad.
But Acuna had kind of a slow start, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take him out for there. But I think Soto, he'd probably win MVP if he played in more games. Soto, Betts, and Trout. Soto, I think another incredible year. He might be a top 5 player in the game, to be honest. Like I've said this, like I don't think there's another guy who comes now. Granted, it's because we face him so much, but I don't think there's another guy who comes up to the plate, and I'm scared because it's Juan Soto, and he has so much swag.
Not?
He's got so much swag. It seems like he's gonna make it, and he's a freaking.
He shuffles into your bitch's bedroom.
Met killer. He's the. I want to check. I need to check his numbers against the Mets this past year. It's nuts. Starting pitcher: Chris Bassett, Trevor Bauer, Shane Bieber, Corbin Burns, Carlos Carrasco, Garrett Cole, Yu Darvish, Jacob deGrom, Max Fried, Zach Gallen, Lucas Giolito, Kyle Hendricks, Clayton Kershaw, Dallas Keuchel, Dinelson Lamet, Lance Lynn, Kenta Maeda, Aaron Nola, Hyun-Jin Ryu, and Brandon Woodruff. I think you got to start with the 2 Cy Young winners, or who you think. So Trevor Bauer and Shane Bieber former teammates. I think you got to go DeGrom, and I think you also got to go Yu Darvish,
Mm-hmm.
and last I think now Kenta Maeda's whip is nuts. Wait, where is I just lost it? Shit.
0.75.
Yeah,
It's
that's
insane.
insane. Fifth, maybe you go Corbin Burns. Maybe you go Max Fried. These are all studs. Maybe you go like Keuchel had a 1.99 ERA, but he doesn't strike anyone out. So I don't know if
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with him.
he might be the most underrated pitcher in baseball,
Yeah,
other than obviously Lamet and Burns.
maybe you go Corbin Burns for your 5.
For me,
Yeah, I'm
I
88 strikeouts. I'm not opposed to that.
mhm. I mean,
So
if you
just
get
to
more than
recap,
one
I
an
went.
inning, then you're a strikeout pitcher, I guess.
Yeah, just to recap: Trevor Bauer, Shane Bieber, Yu Darvish, Jacob DeGrom, and Corbin Burns. How about you?
All right, so this is not necessarily based on, my picks for the best rotation heading into next year. This is all based on this year and the
Yeah,
stats
it should
alone.
be. It should be.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why I didn't include Jacob DeGrom. I went Bieber,
Wait,
Bauer,
what?
Darvish,
What?
Lamet,
What?
and Keuchel.
My God, man.
If you
Yeah, you're
don't
not gonna give it to the
allow
dude with a 92-mile-an-hour slider.
if you don't allow runs, you don't allow runs.
Yeah,
It's as
and he had
simple as that.
2.38 ERA
Well, Keuchel had a 1.99.
and strikes no
Lamet.
one out.
Well, I mean, he didn't allow as many runs.
Yeah, but that means you're reliant on your defense, and Jacob DeGrom's carrying the load more. He strikes literally everyone out. He's easily the best pitcher in the game, no doubt about it. And
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Cole, yeah, fuck Garrett Cole. No,
I
I'm
didn't
getting
include Garrett
biased.
Cole.
I
What
know,
are
I
you
know.
talking about?
But I've had a lot of Yankee fans tell me, well, Garrett Cole had a better 2019. I'm like, yeah, you know how DeGrom's 2018 went? That was like Nolan Ryan levels of good.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry. It's
fine,
like
yeah, you have your opinion. Stupid. That's why I hate Yankee fans, man. Nah, no hard feelings. It's all good. It's okay. When LeMahieu signs with a different team, we'll be laughing then.
it's okay when Jacob DeGrom doesn't win the Cy Young. I'll be laughing.
Yeah, I'm expecting it. Imagine if he
Of course
does
not.
though. I'll be a happy boy. All right. Sorry to. Can you
I'll
go
be
over yours
happy as
again?
I watch him not be put on the Hall of Fame ballot.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer at the rate he's going now. The only issue with him is that it's his age. He's only he's been in the
32,
league since
31.
he's been in the league since 14. But I think at the pace DeGrom's going, he's a Hall of Famer. But go over your starting pitching again.
uh, so we got. Let me just pull it up again. Bieber, Bauer, Darvish, Lamet, and Keuchel.
All right, fair enough. Relief pitcher. For me, I think you either go with the 2 relievers of the year. So Devin Williams, no doubt about it. And I'm either going Liam Hendricks or I'm going Nick Anderson. I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm gonna go Nick Anderson. Now he didn't pitch as much as Liam Hendricks, but a .55 ERA is a .55 ERA. So I'll
With a
go.
.49 WHIP.
Yeah, and yeah, so he walks no one. So I'd go Nick Anderson and Devin Williams. How about you?
Devin Williams, obviously, and then Nick Anderson, but a close, very close third. I had to think about this for a long time. Jake
Diekman, yeah.
posted a .42
Dude,
ERA.
I had him on my fantasy team, and
Oh, steal of the
I would
year.
always check. Yeah, I think I picked him up on waivers or something. I check like every day. I'm like, this dude still has a zero. He had like a 0 ERA the majority of the year.
Yeah, he and Pomerantz.
Yeah, I had both of them.
No way.
Yeah, I picked them up on
Jesus.
waivers because I saw these guys had a 0 ERA. So I'm like, yeah,
I think I picked up Rosenthal on waivers now that I think about it.
we got to do a league together next year because I was with a bunch of random dudes. So I didn't
Oh yeah,
really
we
know
gotta
if like
start it with all
all the
of you
viewers.
loyal subs out there.
Yeah, man, I'm down. So you're going? Are you going Jake Diekman?
No, I'm going Nick Anderson.
All right,
Very close though.
all right. So moving on, we have a couple news things to go to. So two teams hired a new manager. Tony, both very controversial. So the White Sox hired Tony La Russa,
Worst
and
signing ever.
well, I guess until I answer.
We'll see, but I mean, it looks pretty bad.
I just don't get moving on from Rick Renneria. If it was some mutual thing, then maybe. But usually a mutual thing is just the manager being nice because they won't have to get paid. Like the Phillies manager stepped down and like Carlos Beltran mutually parted ways with the Mets just so they
That
could
wasn't
save
very
money.
mutual.
So they could save money or whatever.
No, that's because of the scandal.
Yeah, I know. That's why the Mets didn't just want to outright fire him because they're going to still have to pay him. So if they
Okay, yeah.
mutually parted ways, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I understand.
with me, I don't understand all this hate. Yes, it's very old school and on a very young team. Like it's one of the youngest teams in the league, and he hasn't managed for a while. I don't hate it
Yep.
like everyone else does. I don't really understand getting rid of Renteria. The fact that I've never seen a goddamn dude get fired and he's top 3 for manager of the year.
What did you expect?
Yeah. Yeah. Again, manager of the year is kind of like standout team of the year, breakout team of the year. So, but I don't hate it like you do, but I'm not crazy about it. Like I think you just got to see how it works. Now, this next one, the Tigers hired AJ Hinch, and to be honest, no issue with it whatsoever. I actually love the move because AJ Hinch served a suspension, and the dude's and my
No
Wi-Fi
problem.
just crapped out, so we just crashed. But we were talking about AJ Hinch. Like I said, I have no issue with him getting a second chance. I'm a believer in second chances, and the dudes who did all the damage, all the cheating. Now, definitely, yeah, he benefited. He got a World Series out of it, but the players were the ones cheating. He should have stopped it. Yes. Is smashing TV monitors not a great way of ending it? Yes, but dude deserves
He
second.
needed to express his feelings.
He paid a suspension, and the dudes who did the most of the damage did nothing. I mean, got nothing.
Yeah, that is not good.
That's why I have no issue with it. For the Tigers, I freaking love this move. He's the pitching god. You got guys like Matt Boyd. Like you could see, this is a guy who has good stuff, just can't get results. You could see AJ
Mhm.
Hinch look to turn this guy around. Like he was able to turn Cole around. Now Cole was definitely better than on the Pirates than where Matt Boyd is now. But you also got guys with talent like Spencer Turnbull, and then of course you got what's his name, the top prospect Casey
Us.
Mize. Casey Mize. Like you got a decently bright future
Yeah,
there.
Casey Mize, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, Scooball. If you can
Oh,
get that
very bright
pitching down,
rotation future.
is
And
good.
Matt Manning. Don't forget Matt Manning.
Yep. And you're getting Jordan Zimmerman off the book soon, so that's going to benefit them a ton. I really like this
Bye-bye.
move outside from the cheating thing, which I've said I really don't have an issue because he paid a suspension. The guys who deserved to be suspended at least had deserved a worse punishment than he got nothing. So, what are your thoughts?
I think he should have had a longer suspension because in reality he missed a 60-game season, which is, I just don't think it's enough. Because yes, he didn't participate in the whole going up to bat and knowing what pitch is coming, but he, like you said, furthered it up and backed his players in doing it, which is unacceptable. And was he a candidate for manager of the year that year?
I'm
He
not
might have
sure.
been. He
Maybe.
might have been. That needs to at least go of
Yeah.
anything. I don't think he should be able to even be a candidate for that award, no matter how well his team does in the future.
Hey, first things first, they got to Oh, so you don't think he should be allowed to win it this upcoming year?
or any other years
Yeah, that's
ever.
fair. I I,
Because
I don't
that's
think
not
it. I
really,
don't know if you take it
taking
that
anything
far.
from him. Well, I mean, what's
Just
that gonna do?
honestly,
Stop
at
him?
this point, vacate the 2017 World Series. No one won it. Just say that. And
Yeah,
I agree that
let it be.
maybe his punishment wasn't long enough, but it's not his punishment isn't up to him. It's not up to the Tigers. So he was eligible to
Mhm.
be hired again, and it's just a phenomenal move because he's literally a pitching whisperer. It seems like he was able to turn. It's funny that he's going back. He's going to the Tigers because Justin Verlander came to
That's
the
more of a
Tigers
pitching coach thing.
struggling. Yeah, but like a pitching coach who can manage really well and get a ton out of his pitchers.
That is very true.
I really like this move.
Very
Outside
true.
of just as a manager, not just with the cheating stuff, I like this move a lot. Um,
All right.
Next we are going to segue into the Gold Glove winners. We're going to be pretty quick about this because you can probably just look it up yourself. But as I'm pulling it up, pretty surprised with some of them actually. Um, I know you're not happy about AL third base, but we're gonna go position by position. So starting in the American League, catcher Roberto Perez we predicted, or pitcher Griffin Canning. Neither of us predicted him. He was kind of an afterthought in our video. I think we either took Zach Plesac or Kenta Maeda. So
Yeah.
yeah, congrats to Griffin Canning. Roberto Perez, we both predicted him. Really good defensive catcher.
Yep.
Evan White, we predicted Matt Olson, both of us, and we're wrong on that. So congrats to Evan White. This was my original pick, and then you made me change it. You convinced me to change to Nicky Lopez, Cesar Hernandez, but Cesar Hernandez ended up winning. So I guess what I get a half a point there. Yeah, we're not keeping
Yeah,
score.
sure. We'll give it to you. We'll give it to you.
Yeah, we're not keeping score here, but yeah, I was kind of right. J.P. Crawford, we both took at shortstop. At third, Isaiah Kiner Falefa, and neither of us took. I went with both went with Gio Urshela. So, dude, yeah, I think he's good, right?
I do.
Just wait. Name me a guy on the Mets you think's really bad that I think's good, or someone you think is bad and like not really bad, but like. And then once he breaks out, I'll tell you. Just name a player on the Mets you don't think's very good.
Ahmed Rosario.
Okay, another one. One that like I'm a big fan of.
Oh, ooh. Let's see.
Hey, man,
Any outfielder not named Michael Conforto.
I like Nimmo. I just think he's overrated. At least by Mets
right.
fans. By Mets
All right.
fans. He's
He's
not
got a good
overrated
eye.
league wide. Yeah. Left field, Alex Gordon. We both went with him. Just
The story.
yep. And he deserved it too.
He's
Great
very
defender.
good too.
Yeah. So in center field, Luis Robert. You picked him. I picked Byron Buxton. So congrats to Ben.
That's a full-on point right there. That ain't no half point. Get out of here.
Yep. We both went Joey Gallo in the American League as well. So congrats to all these guys for their gold gloves. Max Fried, we both went with him with this dirty pickoff move in the National League at pitcher. Catcher, I went with Wilson Contreras. You went Tucker Barnhart. So point for Ben right there.
Put him on the list.
Yep. This one we both got wrong. It's Anthony Rizzo. We both went Paul Goldschmidt, if I can remember.
I'm glad it's Rizzo and not Goldie because, I mean, I love Rizzo with a passion. Yep. One of my favorite players.
Yep. Colton Wong, talked about him earlier, and he won the second base
No
gold
surprise.
glove. No surprise, we both got him. Javier Baez, I think you picked him, right?
Oh, yes, I did.
Because I went Dansby Swanson. Who was the third?
Wait, who was
Rojas,
the third?
Miguel Rojas.
Oh, Miguel Rojas, yeah.
So, congrats to Ben there. Nolan Arenado, we both got. Tyler O'Neill in left field, we both got. Trent Grisham won center field. We both went Cody Bellinger, but you said that Trent Grisham would win one day, but looks like you went this time. And then Mookie Betts, we both.
Look at the foreshadowing there.
Yep. And we both picked Mookie
It was all
Betts.
part of the plan.
So those are your Gold Glove winners. Hopefully we'll find out the candidates for Silver Slugger, and we'll have we'll have something for that, of course. So now we're gonna go to our big segment.
DJ LeMahieu?
Yep, maybe. So we're gonna go to our something I've been
Definitely.
excited about for a while. I don't know how if you did much research for this. I didn't really do much research, but I wrote a lot of these guys down. Free agent predictions.
Mhm.
So we have a lot
I
of free
did.
agents to go.
I made 2 big charts.
Oh, sweet. Um, but some of these guys like that I don't really care about or I barely even know anything about. I didn't really. I kind of we can discuss or come up for it on the spot. We're gonna try to go quick. Some of the bigger names. We are gonna some of the bigger names we'll go more into detail. Some of the other ones we don't really care about. So, um,
Yeah.
starting with the catchers, I have JT Realmuto going to the Mets. Actually, I think this. I don't
All right.
actually think they're going to get Bauer, so I actually think that Realmuto is going to be their guy. Where do you have Realmuto
All
going?
right. Uh, I have him. I put like potential areas, not necessarily like definite. If I had to make a guess, I would guess he's going to the Mets. Like they have the greatest chance of getting him. However, I can see him going to the Tigers. That's my
Mm,
shock the world pick right there
yeah,
because they have such a young pitching core and they need something to build around. And you give Realmuto a good 7, 8 year deal, maybe even 9.
he's not.
Bam, that's your guy.
No one is giving him 9 years. He's a
Um,
30-year-old
he's
catcher.
athletic.
You want? He's
He's
not playing.
athletic.
He's not catching till he's 39. Most he's not. He
He's
might not be
athletic.
even. He might. Yeah, I know. He might not be even playing till 39 because once you have all that stress in your legs for all those years, your hitting gets affected too. I think Real Muto wants to win.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
Tigers, that's a cool spot,
that's
but
true.
I see him going to the Mets. James McCann, I see him going to the Blue Jays. They got Danny Jansen,
No.
Reese
Alejandro
McGuire,
Kirk.
and yeah, Alejandro Kirk, yeah.
Alejandro Kirk.
That's a good point. They got Reese McGuire, who did some interesting stuff this past spring training.
Be happy.
We won't get
Be
into, but you know that the month we're in right now, you're not like supposed to do it, and that he did it though,
Of
but it
course
wasn't
not.
in the month. But yeah,
Luckily,
I like James
Jesus, thank
McCann's,
God.
I like James McCann's, I like his fit at the Blue Jays. Where do you think he's gonna sign?
Uh, I think he's either going to go to the Twins or the Yankees. Those are my 2 picks.
I thought Yankees, but they got Higashioka there, but I think James McCann would be a great fit. I don't see him going to the Twins just because they got Ryan Jeffers and Mitch Garver. Mitch Garver may be able to go. I know you're not particularly high on him, but there's a chance he can go back to his 2019 form, and Ryan
There is
Jeffers
a
looks like
chance,
he's going
yeah.
to be good. Yeah. So James McCann to the Blue Jays. It's not as likely as like some of my other picks, but I think this is a perfect fit.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Tyler Flowers. I see him re-signing with the Braves.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I mean, backup catcher,
Yeah,
really.
platoon catcher, good defense, handles the pitching stuff well. Jason
Good
Castro,
match, good kind of balanced out Darno.
yeah, exactly. Jason, not particularly a platoon. I think Darno will definitely play more, but like a semi platoon. Jason Castro, I see the
Mm-hmm.
Padres bringing him back as their backup catcher. How about you,
Mm-hmm. I have
Sam?
him going to the Rangers.
I like that pick,
Now,
but they got Sam Huff, I think his name is, who I think is going to be really good. They got
in
Jose
the
Trevino.
future,
Yeah, and he came up last year and balled out in a really small sample size. They got Jose Trevino, who's pretty decent, and then if they bring back Jeff Mathis, I don't think they need a third catcher. Um,
I just think that Jason Castro would be a good bench kind of like platoon, as you said, because he's
backup,
really
yeah.
only good against righties. And
Mhm.
Sam Huff and Trevino are both righties and like not that good at defense. So I just thought it kind of fit nicely.
All right. Yachty, I have him going to the Cardinals.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. I
There's rumors that the Mets want him. I swear, if we sign him, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, I love Yachty, but like,
that
no,
doesn't make
it doesn't
sense
make any
at
sense. Exactly.
all.
Wilson Ramos, I have him going to the. Actually, I have him going to the Rockies. They need a catcher. He's pretty
Ooh.
decent. It's not like their pitchers are any good anyways, so it's not like he's going to benefit them. So maybe you get
Yeah.
a good backup good defensive catcher, and then get him, who hopefully can turn his offensive around in Colorado. I thought it was a good fit. How about you?
Mm-hmm. I have him going to either the Rockies or the Blue Jays.
Cool.
Same reasoning.
Robinson Chirinos, I have him going to, or Alex Avila, I have him going to the Astros.
Yeah, same. I mean, not much
Oh
to
yeah, what
say
are the
there.
odds of that?
Yeah, I know, right?
Robinson Chirinos, I see him going to the Red Sox, behind Vasquez. Yep, I think it would be a good fit.
I had him going to the Reds
Ooh.
because they need more hitting. You know, Tucker
Yeah.
Barnhart can't hit shit.
Yeah.
They need somebody back there that can actually
Chirinos
hit the ball.
didn't hit too well last year though.
He's got a good history of hitting though.
Yeah.
And 60 games.
Yeah. Stephen Vogt, I think he actually went back to the Diamondbacks. I think on here I didn't say, but I checked. I think he had a club option or something, or a player option. Yeah, Steve
really?
Yeah, something like that.
I'll look it up.
Kurt Suzuki, I have going back to the Nationals. Where do you have him going?
I have him like the same situation with what's his name, Wilson Ramos. I think one's going to go to the Rockies and one's going to go to the Jays. One or the other, you know.
Cool.
So like once one signs, the other's going to.
Austin Romine, good backup to the Tigers, good veteran, can handle that young pitching staff well. How about you?
Oh, you said Tigers, back to the
Yeah.
Tigers? I couldn't hear what you said.
Yeah, back to the
I'm
Tigers.
just looking where I put them.
Yeah, I can just go through a few of these. Josh Fegley, former A's, I think he was with the Cubs. Honestly, don't know on some of these guys.
Yeah, I didn't. Most of these like very
Josh
low level
Fegley,
people, I did not even.
Maybe the Met. Like, I actually wanted the Mets to bring him in last year because he actually hit, at least in the first half, decently well with the Athletics. I think he was in the Cubs alternate site or something last year, but I don't really know. Dustin Garneau, no. We can skip some of these guys. Mike Zunino, I think he'll go back to the Rays.
Same. That's what I put.
Eric Kratz.
I think he's going to retire.
Either he goes to the Yankees or retires. He's 41 for crying out loud. So either he goes to the Yankees but also if the rosters kind of go back down, there's not really going to be a spot for him. So yeah, he'll probably retire. Matt Wieters, I didn't write anyone down for here, but I'd love to see him go back to the Orioles. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Mentor Adley Rutschman.
No, I don't think the Orioles are going to sign any catchers whatsoever. Maybe one very low level minor leaguer. Adley Rutschman.
No, not Rutschman. The major leaguer. Who had a good year last year. Yeah. No, not Chance Sisco, the other guy.
No, it was the other. Yeah, I know.
Was it Hanser?
The really good
eye position player. I know
third baseman.
I know he had a really good year last year. I'm pulling it up. Filler. I guess we'll go through these while I'm finding him. Actually, no, I got him right here, and it's Pedro Severino. So, yeah.
Oh.
I think Matt Wieters could be a solid backup veteran somewhere. Maybe the Cardinals bring him back. I don't know, man.
Maybe he retires.
Yeah, I could see him retiring. He's 35, so.
Oh, 35.
Sandy Leon, he'll probably end up going back to the Indians as backup.
There's really only one name left to talk about with the catchers.
Jeff Mathis, the GOAT.
I think you know who it is.
I think he might go back to the Rangers. Right. He might either he's going to the Rangers or he's retiring. I don't know who else wants him. So
the Royals.
I don't know who would. The Royals.
Yeah, they have such a young pitching core, and he's so good defensively. Think of the matchup.
That's true. That could be cool. All right, moving on to first base. Carlos Santana, I'm going back to the Indians.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wait, I put him somewhere else. It deleted. What?
The last time he left the Indians, it didn't work out well for him.
I didn't have him going back to the Indians.
Oh, shit. Where do you have him going to?
I think I had him going to the Twins before it deleted. I'm trying
Really?
to
Well,
remember.
they
I put
got
him
Sano.
also maybe even like the Athletics. No, not the Athletics.
They got.
Can't even remember now. Jesus
He's going
Christ.
somewhere to be the starting first baseman. Don't forget. So I think he'll go back to the Indians because
Obviously.
there aren't that many starting first baseman options open. Like a lot of teams have their first baseman down real good.
Yeah.
So Asdrubal Cabrera, I see him just going back to the Nationals. A lot of these guys I think are just gonna be brought back. The fact there's a 60-game season, like you're familiar with the team and
Hmm.
like might as well just bring them back. Who do you have him going to?
So I am really confused right now.
Why? Because everything got deleted.
Yeah, like I started writing things in the wrong spot. Like,
Shit, that
yeah, I have
sucks,
DJ
man.
LeMahieu listed as a first baseman in some of these. He's not a first baseman, if
Yeah,
you know.
I can
Uh,
call the guy out, and maybe you
uh,
can try do your best to remember where you put him down, and maybe my prediction can be
yeah.
give you a spark. Mitch Moreland, Mitchy Two Bags. I actually see him going back to his former team, Texas Rangers. I think they got a
Hmm.
good opening at first base. Do you agree?
Good lefty power bat. Yep,
Yep.
definitely can see that.
Eric Thames, good fit at the Rockies actually. Power bat.
Ooh, like
Uh,
that.
and they declined Daniel Murphy's option. So,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah, I see him going to. You. Never mind.
CJ Crone back to the
Never
Tigers.
mind.
They'll
I
probably
can see him going to the Rays.
yeah, that could be a cool fit. He used to play for them, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
really? Yeah.
yeah, I think so. Uh,
Yeah.
Jed Jerko back to the Brewers. Played really well for them. So go back to somewhere
So,
you played well at.
wow. Number one
Ryan's
four-hole hitter.
is that who you picked? The Brewers.
Jed Jerko. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ryan Zimmerman obviously back to the Nationals. Not
If
really much to
not,
talk
he's gonna
about.
retire.
Or he's retiring. Yeah. Uh, Charlie Culberson just back to the Braves, maybe on a minor league deal. Um,
Hmm.
Phil Gosselin. I don't think I wrote anyone. I just picked the Pirates because Pirates need
He
someone.
seems like a Pirates,
Yeah.
speedy, contact first,
Yep. Exactly. Logan
kind of just like
Morrison. Logan Morrison. I don't think I even wrote anything down from. I don't even know who that is, to be honest. Skip. um,
a.
Daniel Murphy. I actually thought this would be a cool pick. How is Seattle
Hmm.
Mariners? He could be their DH. I think that could be a
Oh,
really cool
what
fit.
about Kyle Seager though?
That's their third baseman.
What about Dylan Moore?
Mm.
Because they got to get the youth in
They do,
above
yeah.
all else.
No, Seager's a free agent.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So, uh,
Yep.
moving on to second base, DJ LeMahieu. I think he's going back to the Yankees as much as I've
Of
kind
course.
of teased Ben and stuff. Back to the Yankees.
I could see him also going back to the Cubs, the team that drafted him,
Oh,
if he doesn't sign with the Yankees. Because they're losing Kip and they don't really have much
they got
at
Nico
second base.
Horner.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
would you rather have DJ
yeah,
or would you rather have
obviously,
Nico?
yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. Colton Wong. I think he'll go back to the Cardinals, even though they declined his option. He's part of that core of uh really good defensive infield.
Hmm.
Seems like a good fit for
Speaking
him.
of core of defensive infield, I think Colton Wong could go to the A's.
Ooh, I like
Think
that.
of that fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I got another stud defender going to the A's who you probably can guess, but uh, next Jonathan VR. I'm going to his old team, Milwaukee Brewers. They seem to like a lot of these
Hmm.
kind of super utility, speedy guys.
Hmm.
I think he could be a good fit there. Um,
Yeah.
Cesar Hernandez, go back to the Indians. He played really well there, so might as well not leave.
Trying to find where Cesar went. I had him listed for like 10 teams. Are you kidding me right now?
Well, he can only play for one.
Obviously, but like,
Can't clone
I
himself.
like listing people in a lot of different places.
Well, you're supposed to only pick one, Ben. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'll just
I'll retire from this.
okay. All right. Tommy Listell, I'll just go through a few, and you can kind of comment on some if you can't find any of it.
He's going to the White Sox.
Tommy Listell, I picked the Athletics, actually. I think he'll go back.
He was a good fit last year.
It's a really good fit with that team.
Yeah, but I like the White Sox.
Yeah, but you got Madrigal.
Fuck Madrigal. Listell sucks at defense anyway.
Hey, he's the DH for them. They got a whole DH.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eloy didn't even DH last year, which is why I think they should go after another outfielder, preferably a left fielder.
Wait, who?
Maybe even Marcelo Zuna, perhaps.
Wait,
could go to the White Sox.
No, we're talking about. Oh, okay, yeah, because their DH last year was Encarnacion.
Yeah, and he's a free agent, and they should not sign him.
No. Jonathan Scope. I think he'd be a good fit at the Padres. Kind of a good bench second baseman, platoon with Cronenworth. Can get some good playing time there. Jason Kipp. Oh yeah.
I think he could also go to the Athletics.
Yeah.
Basically, all second basemen are kind of like low-budget second basemen go to the Athletics.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Jason Kipnis, he's going crosstown. I see him going to the White Sox. Decent player and a really good mentor to their young second baseman, Nick Madrigal. Good getter and leader in that clubhouse. I think that would be a good fit. Kike Hernandez, I think if Justin Turner isn't re-signed, Dodgers probably bring him back. If not,
definitely.
I think the Angels would be a good fit. Because if, let's say, Justin Turner's not there, so what do? You put Gavin Lux at third base, or you put Max Muncy at third base?
Yeah, you put Muncy there.
Yeah, and then you put Gavin Lux is your second, or Hernandez is your second baseman, and then you either got Gavin Lux or Will Smith, Matt Beatty, someone like that. Danny Echeverria, I think he'd be a good depth piece for the Twins.
Oh, I like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
Because Jorge Polanco is like, he needs backup. I mean, he can't really defend. Echeverria is a really good
Echeverria is a really good defender.
Yeah.
And can
I
play
like
multiple
that. I didn't
positions.
think of that.
Yeah, he can play multiple positions too. These next two guys I got going to the Tigers. Or no, I don't. Joe Panic, good bench bat for the Mariners. I like that fit a lot. D. Strange Gordon, I have him going to the Tigers. Good veteran there. I like that.
Yeah, kind of like a Cameron Maben.
Yep, exactly. So, and they could, if let's say he plays well, which I hope he does, but that's kind of a tough ballpark to hit well in. They could always trade him. A lot of teams like the Mariners and Tigers, I think, should try to sign like a bunch of relievers or like pitchers to 1-year deals, and then trade them at the deadline if they play well. Like, I feel like that's a really good rebuilding strategy. But next,
that's how I rebuild teams.
Yeah.
And MLB The Show.
Oh, nice. Next, Neil Walker. I love Neil Walker. I think he's going to retire. His career's kind of been taking a nosedive a bit.
Definitely.
So, Logan Forsythe, I think he'll go back to the Marlins. They got Isan Diaz at second base, but he's a good backup option. Mr. Invisible Man, Judd Lowry, he's going to retire. Josh Harrison. Josh Harrison.
Never heard that one before. That was a nice one.
Josh Harrison just re-signed.
Yeah, he didn't sign with the Nats, yeah.
Some of these guys I skipped over, like Chris Owens, Daniel Descalzo. I think I put him to the D-backs for some reason. I don't know why. Jose Peraza, I had him going to the Giants, but the Mets just signed him, actually. So,
you're wrong. That's -1. I'm already winning.
What do you mean?
You got -1 point for getting one of them wrong.
Oh. My bad. We're going to get a lot of these wrong. Justin Turner, I actually think he's going to go back to the Dodgers. I kind of picked both of them to go back to the Dodgers because, like, it's just all about.
I can't see him anywhere else.
It's all about, like, if Gavin Lux is ready or not. So, which I hope
he doesn't
seem
ready right now.
Yeah. Eric Sogard, I think he'd be a good fit. For the Orioles. Good utility guy. Good veteran,
I think he's going to go to the Blue Jays.
Oh, he played for them in 2019.
He did. I think he's going to go right back because, you know what I mean. Because there's just like their team is kind of built like most low-budget teams and just versatile players.
Yeah.
players you can shift in and out, and Sogard's like the main
The
guy at
definition of
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like almost like a Ben Zobrist kind of player.
Yeah, yeah.
The Todd father, Todd Frazier, I actually have him going to the Blue Jays. He gets
Oh,
some
he was
decent.
on my list there too.
He could get some decent time at third. Which
Hmm.
they kind of got a hole. Travis Shaw, not anything amazing, but they hopefully got some guys on the farm coming up. Now that Vladdy's playing first, good veteran leader. I like that fit a lot. Marwin Gonzalez, I think he'll go back to the Twins. He's like
Yep.
the best bench utility guy in the league. Probably he could play anywhere, and especially if you got
Yeah.
injuries or something, he's a really good fill in. Brock Holt, I like him going to the Rangers. The probably utility
Ooh.
guy, like the dude who I think he's played every position but catcher. He may have even pitched before.
Probably.
Yeah. So I
I
think
have him
Rangers would
going
be a
to the
good fit.
Orioles.
That's kind of like how I had
I have
Sogard
him
going
going to the
there.
Orioles.
Yeah. Like I think they're gonna
Yeah,
definitely get one of these
exactly.
utility
You're
guys.
nice, versatile veteran.
Um, Erie Adrianza. What team was he on again?
The Twins, pretty sure.
Right. You're right. Yeah, I didn't put anything there, but I think he'll just go back there. Um, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake Lamb. I think he'll go back to the A's. Back up Matt Chapman. Get some good pinch hitting opportunities. That could be a cool fit. And Zach Cozart, I think, will be unsigned. Maybe even retire. So,
Yeah, he's gonna retire definitely.
yeah. Next we have one of the biggest free agents, Marcus Semien. I see him going to the Reds. I really like that fit. They got a big hole at
Ooh.
shortstop, and he could be a great
Ooh.
fit there.
I think if the Yankees don't get DJ, they're gonna get Simeon and then move Torres back over to second.
I think if they don't get
I can
DJ,
also see him.
they're gonna bring back Didi Gregorius.
I don't want that.
No, I don't
I
think you would
really
sign.
don't want
You
that.
shouldn't sign Marcus Semien because you need a left-handed bat. The only other left-hand bat you guys got
You
is Aaron
don't.
Hicks. So either
You don't need a lefty.
you do.
Well, what happens if these guys have reverse splits?
That's true. But it's Yankee
That's
Stadium. You
like
need
the
some
Yankees.
lefties.
The Yankees have great reverse splits. I don't care. They have such good opposite field pop. The thing I hate about Didi is that he just doesn't fit in our lineup in the sense that he doesn't like taking pitches. Simple as that.
Gotcha.
Like Salvi Perez. It just
Yeah.
doesn't work with the Yankees' theory of hitting, in which is like work counts and get the starter to 100 pitches as quickly as possible.
Yep. Yeah.
I can also
So
see Simeon going to the Angels because
yeah,
they
that's a
like
good fit.
throwing money at everything.
They got it. They got to invest in their starting pitching. I think they just fired
Obviously.
they just fired their GM. So I think he's finally they're gonna get a guy who wake up and realize
Knows how to do his
that
own job.
throwing money at position players only gives you so far. And I think David
Yeah.
Fletcher's gonna be able to hold down shortstop now. So I have Marcus Semien to the Reds.
David
You said
Fletcher.
if you had to choose your number one fit for him, what would it be?
What was I just talking about? I completely lost.
Either
I'm very
the
sorry.
Yankees or the shit. What do you say? Or the Angels for Marcus Semien.
Yeah, I think the Yankees would be the best fit, but I think he's going to the Angels because I think we're gonna get DJ.
I do too. Didi Gregorius, I think he'll re-sign with the Phillies. Had a really good year there. Fits with that ballpark well. Fits plays with Joe Girardi. Plays for Joe Girardi, so I like that fit a lot. Andrelton Simmons.
Imagine if the Twins signed him. Think of Didi in Twins Stadium on a consistent basis.
Target Field. He'd be
Target
screwed.
Field. Well, you know what I mean.
He'd be screwed, man.
Are you kidding me?
Wait, no, never mind.
Have you looked at the stats?
Oh my God, yeah, the foolish baseball video, yeah.
Yeah.
I think about that. That's a tall.
I even knew about that before the video too.
I know that's a tall fence out in right field, so I thought maybe not. But yeah, you're right. But they got Polanco and Royce Lewis.
He sees the ball incredibly there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Obviously,
they got
it wouldn't be a good fit,
Royce
but just
Lewis
imagine.
This next guy, I hope this happens.
That's why I said it wouldn't be a good fit.
Yeah. I want Andrelton Simmons to the Athletics so badly, and I actually see it happening. Like him and Matt Chapman and Matt Olson in
Oh
the
yeah.
same infield. Like, yeah, sign me
And
up.
potentially Colton Wong.
Yeah. Ooh.
God.
That's probably the best defensive player at each position of the infield.
That's probably, and with Sean Murphy as well.
Sean Murphy's a good
That's
defender
probably the
too.
greatest defensive in.
Field like
Yeah, that's
ever.
probably the greatest defensive infield since
Ever.
ever,
Yeah.
ever.
So please make this happen. And then Freddie, or do you have many anywhere particular?
I was probably gonna say Athletics, to be honest. I mean, if they don't re-sign Simeon, which is like a big likely to happen, I'm just
Yeah.
he can go to a lot of places right now.
Yeah. Freddie Galvis, I'm going to the Pirates. I don't know. It just seems like, he can platoon there with Kevin Newman. Seems like a good fit.
That's a good fit.
Solid ball player,
Yeah.
I think they need to blow it up and go full rebuild. They need to trade Josh Bell, which
they
I've seen
really
guys talk about
do.
Josh Bell and talk about how much they completely overvalue him. Josh Bell is stupid overrated just because he had a incredible first half of 1 year and played like shit last year. I don't know. It's kind of hard to be overrated playing for the Pirates
With
because who
shitty
cares?
defense,
Yeah, not good defense
obviously.
at all. Moving on to left field, Michael Brantley. I think he'll go back to the Astros. I don't think they're gonna.
What if the Yankees signed
That's a great fit,
him?
just because you got a left-handed bat, but you got to think about who's he replacing. So you're probably replacing.
Gardner.
No, you're replacing Clint Frazier. Because I have Gardner coming back to the Yankees, but as like a bench bat, as a mentor, something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you have him going back to the
I've
Yankees.
changed my mind. I'm done with Gardner.
Either
I love
Yankees or
you.
retires. Either Yankees or retires.
I kind of just want him to retire now. I can't believe I'm saying these words.
Hey, maybe he wants another ring. We'll see. But yeah, he should retire because he'll be like 50 until he gets another one.
Wait. Imagine how cool that would be, like, to be on the Yankees like World Series team before they're like one of their biggest droughts in history.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy to say. And then be on it when the drought finally ends.
Exactly, yeah.
That'd be such a good story.
Yeah, that would. Jock Peterson, I have him going to the Angels. He got
Indians.
traded there. So and then the owner said no. But clearly the GM liked him enough. He's a really good fit there. You got him, Trout, and Adele. So I think that's a really good fit.
Ooh, it's a very good outfield. I want him to go to the Indians very badly, though.
I did too, but they don't spend money.
Yeah, I think it's the best fit, though.
Um,
So, change my mind.
yeah. Jerkson Profar, I think he goes to the Royals. I don't know why I thought about this. I just saw YouTuber diehard Yankee fan. He makes really good videos. I just found his channel and chat to him. He had Jerkson Profar going to the
What's his name?
That's his channel name, diehard Yankee fan.
Oh.
But he had Jerkson
I should
Profar going
probably
to the
know that.
Royals, and I thought that's a really good fit because they have so many holes that he can play.
Well, what about Bobby Witt Jr., though?
He plays left field, third base, first base, second base.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Or right field, like he plays like those positions. So you're
Yeah.
gonna have a hole
Yep.
at one of them. So plug him in wherever. So
And he's a switch hitter just for the hell of it.
yeah. Robbie Grossman, I think either the Brewers or the Indians would be a really good fit. Or he goes back to Oakland. I think he's a pretty good, solid player. He had a good year this year, and he's a really good defender in left
Very
field.
underrated, yeah.
Yeah.
I want him to go to the Indians, as I want every single outfielder that we will talk about to go to the Indians.
Yeah.
He just seems like someone they will actually like be willing to buy.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
And then Ryan Braun, I think he retires, or back to the Brewers. But I think he's gonna retire.
I got him back to the Brewers.
Yeah, and then Jay Bruce, I think
right.
would be a decent veteran for the Cubs, on the bench, or get some starts here and there. If they had got a DH, he can DH for them too. How about you?
Yeah, I have him either going to the Reds or the Brewers, like you said.
Cool.
Wait, no, you said Cubs. What am I saying? I
Cubs,
meant
yeah,
to say Cubs.
Cubs,
Yeah,
yeah. Um,
and I think he would be good in the NL Central. I should say.
yeah. That's where his prime was. So
Bring him back.
yeah. So center fielder, we got a big boy here, George Springer. I like him going to the Red Sox actually.
Yeah, same.
Either
That was actually my pick too.
because he's kind of from around that area. They need a center fielder. They're going to let JBJ go. I think
That
he's a really good
outfield
fit
is
there.
very nice
Yeah, big time. So
if they signed him.
yeah, which I think they will. I honestly don't want the Mets to sign him because you got, to me, where you're going to sign him for 6 years and you got 2 years in center field and then you got to move him to corner because he's not going to be able to play center field for that much longer, in my opinion. Like getting up there in
Oh,
age.
really?
So that's
Oh,
kind of how
wait,
I
isn't
see
he
it.
only 30?
He's 31.
30. All right, you get 2-3 years out of him.
And like he's such a good defensive right fielder that like a lot of teams would be tempted to play him in right field. So like I don't want the Mets. The Mets are
Mm-hmm.
loaded at corner outfield. So all right. So speaking of Jackie Bradley Jr., I have him going to the Rockies. I think that'd be a good fit. You need a dude who can cover a shit ton of ground, and David Dahl cannot stay healthy.
Is Kevin Pillar? Kevin
Kevin
Pillar's not a
Pillar,
free agent,
he's
right?
a free agent. Yeah, Kevin Pillar's a free agent. But I don't think Kevin
He is. All
Pillar's
right, yeah.
really. I don't think Kevin Pillar's really a center fielder anymore. But you got JBJ, Charlie Blackmon, and then either David Dahl, Raymel Tapia, Sam Hilliard, someone like that out there. So I think he'd be a good fit for
Mm-hmm.
the Rockies.
They just have a bunch of shitty outfielders that either have speed or don't have speed.
Yep.
It's simple as that.
Yeah. Uh, Kevin Pillar, I think he's a good fit for the Rangers. Either put him in left, in center, right. Maybe move Joey Gallo back to center. I wouldn't expect it just because he won a Gold Glove in right field, but I see him being a good fit in Texas with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Jake Marisnick back to the Mets. Be our fourth outfielder. Hit really well compared to the other parts of his career. So, yeah. Gerard Dyson, maybe back to the Pirates, or something like that. I don't know who the fuck cares,
Or
man.
retire. Honestly,
Yeah.
I
He's already
I don't think he's
36.
going
Yeah.
back to the Pirates. He's either going to go to a postseason team that needs a little extra wheels, or he's going to retire.
Yeah, and then Billy Hamilton, I think, would be a good fit with the White Sox. Just some added speed. I don't know. Who cares, man?
Maybe you can put like Eloy at DH and then put him in left. Whoa, imagine Billy Hamilton and Luis Robert in the same outfield.
Yeah, but he's not an everyday player.
Obviously, no. Just like when Eloy needs a rest or something.
Yeah. Moving on to right field, Adam Eaton. I have him going to the Indians. I think that would be a good fit. He's not going to cost too much money.
I do like
so,
that fit.
How about you?
I really like that fit as well. I also can see him potentially going to the Yankees as like a fourth or fifth outfielder, but I don't think he's going to
be a
starter.
Yeah, he's going to be a starter. Like
yeah.
So, Cam Maben, I think he'll go back to the Cubs as a bench bat. They traded for him, so I think he'll go back.
I think he's going to go back to the Tigers actually.
Ooh,
for that veteran presence, you know.
Yep. Trade him again. Who knows? Yasiel Puig goes unsigned. Goes to Japan. I don't know. Considering what's come out recently, I don't know if this dude plays another game. To be honest.
Yeah.
Like I know that
we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, we never did. Yeah, it's such like it's just sad. It sucks to hear, man. Like how dumb are you, man? Like, yeah, he'll be on the restricted list, but he was going to sign. He didn't sign last year. He was going to, but he ended up having COVID. So,
what I don't understand is how nobody saw like him in the act.
Yeah,
he was in the middle of a Lakers game in a bathroom. And I will end it there because this is a PG podcast.
Yep. Well, kind of PG-13 because we swear and stuff, but
all right,
PG is rated R. So, yeah, like when I upload the vids, I select no, it's not made for kids. Matt Joyce, I think he'd be a solid vet with the Royals. I like that fit quite a bit.
I do like that fit.
Josh Reddick, he goes back to the Astros. Like, who the fuck else wants him? And he's
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. Like, I know, I'm just kidding, but like, I hate him, but because like he's like Astros, we won the World Series.
Dude, you
Good
didn't do
fit there.
shit.
Yeah, you didn't do. Yeah, you suck, man. You're like, whenever I was watching him, like, God damn, this dude's out of place, man. Like, he's with all these superstars, and then and he's also a right fielder, which is like the easiest. It's like the most stacked position in the league. It's like
Mhm.
easy to find. So
He
yeah.
did actually make really. He was the one who made that crazy good catch though during the postseason. I'm pretty sure, robbing
Oh
a home
yeah.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great outfielder. Just can't hit too good.
Hmm.
So, and he's a rage monster too.
And he
Uh,
can't run.
yeah. Steven Souza Jr. unsigned. Who cares? Nick Markakis, I think he'll go back to the Braves, chasing 3,000 hits. Also,
Yep.
I see him going to a different team though, because I don't know if he's going to get the playing time he needs to get to those 3,000 hits with the Braves.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's definitely a good fit.
Maybe the Indians.
Yeah, maybe he goes back to the Orioles. That would be cool.
Oh, I really wish that would
I
happen.
hope
I
that
know, but
happens.
I know
That'd be cool.
it's not gonna happen. But
It's
I
not gonna happen, but it
wish it
would be
would.
cool. Yeah.
That'd be
Uh,
amazing.
Domingo Santana, I see him
Indians
going to Domingo Santana. I think he'll go to the Royals. Solid outfielder there. Uh,
can't play shit. Are you kidding me? He's like almost as bad as Eloy out there.
yeah, but no, I mean like not like solid defensive outfielder, just like a solid
Mm-hmm.
player.
Oh, okay, got you.
But like who cares? Like he'll go to the Royals. Like,
Yeah.
Eduardo Nunez. Maybe man, who the fuck cares? Some of these guys, man. No offense
I
to you
know, right?
guys, but like you guys are like
You
AAA play.
suck.
You guys are like AAA players. Like we don't care.
Yeah.
Designated hitters. Nelson Cruz to Twins. We're gonna have to speed this up soon because we got a lot.
Yeah.
Still have a ton to go through. So, he's definitely go back to the Twins. And of course I lost my spot. Marcelo Zuna, he should. I think he will go back to the Braves. Same thing with Howard Kendrick. I think he'll go back to the Nationals. Edwin Encarnacion, I think he's going to retire, honestly.
Oh yeah, same.
He
After
just
that
didn't
year,
really
there's
have it.
nothing he's gonna
Yeah,
get.
he didn't really have it last year. So, Brad Miller, I think he'd be a real good fit with the Brewers, just like that utility guy.
Ooh. Yeah, another one.
Yeah, they live off guys like that, it seems like. So, Shin-Soo Choo and Derek Dietrich both back to the Rangers. Pablo
Keep
Sandoval.
Shin-Soo Choo alive. Keep him
Yeah.
on the field.
Pablo
Get this
Sandoval.
man to 300 home runs or something.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Pablo Sandoval, Kung Fu Panda. I think he's gonna retire.
Same.
Yoenis Cespedes retiring. Matt Adams, I think he could be a good backup option with the Braves. Be a backup first baseman. Pretty solid there.
Really?
Yeah, he was
Really?
he was there. He was on the team on the Braves last year. So
I know, but he's left-handed too, isn't he?
yeah,
Freddie sucked against lefties this year. You want somebody who can actually hit lefties.
that's true. It's weird. Freddie was so good this year, but wasn't that good against the Mets, which is like shocking because he's usually a total Mets winner.
He went easy on you guys this year. It was nice of him.
And then
He
Matt
was just
Kemp.
being his typical politeness.
Exactly. Matt Kemp, I think he's going to retire.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, let's go with starting pitching quick. Charlie Morton, he's going back to the Rays.
Or the Marlins or the Braves. He has said it himself.
He
He's
wants
not
to stay
really
in Tampa area, yeah.
Yeah. Those are the only three potential, and it's probably going to be the Rays. I don't see the Marlins trying to go after him.
Yeah, me neither. This next one, Trevor Bauer, I guess we can get a little more into detail about. I really see him going to the Padres. Team up with Mike Clevenger again.
The Padres?
Yep. Like
Ooh.
the whole let the kids play thing. If they got the money for it, I think if he's not going to the Mets, I'd love to see him go to the Padres.
That would be the greatest team in the history of
baseball. That team's a World Series team. And if they can bring back some of their
not
relievers,
just World Series, but like in terms of influence.
That's dynasty. Like the amount of young talent they have and the depth they have in their farm system, but like,
and then 10 years of Bauer.
Yeah.
Not 10 years, obviously.
I think he's gonna sign more of a short-term deal. He said he prefers shorter-term deals, so but also like
when he said that, he said like 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, not necessarily like 2 or 3 followed by another 2 or 3.
I think he'll take a decent size contract now that like he's had his best year, and I
Yeah.
don't know if he's going to be able to get much more
He's going
eventually.
to want
So
6 to 7, maybe 8 years, because you don't want to hit the free agent market when you're 35. That
exactly,
is just not good.
exactly. So you just set yourself up here. So Mike Minor, I think he'd be a good fit for the Red Sox. Quality
Oh, yeah, I
lefty.
really like that fit. Yep.
Jake Odorizzi, I see him going to the Mets. I don't think we're
Hmm.
going to be able to bring back Stroman, which we'll get to him in a sec. So he's a good, solid replacement. Didn't have a great year last year, but can take a 1 year deal and kind of reset his value.
Well,
Masahiro
he didn't
Tanaka.
pitch.
Yeah, I know. What did he pitch like 2 games, right?
No, I didn't. I thought he didn't pitch at all, actually.
Maybe. I gotta look
He
more
was
into
on my
that. But
fantasy team
oh,
along with
okay.
like three others that got injured the entire season, and I still finished second.
Oh, I
So,
finished second as well. Sweet.
ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or I may finish third. I don't know. Tanaka,
Oh,
Masahiro
trudging.
Tanaka. I think he'll go back to the Yankees.
Hmm.
Marcus
I can
Stroman.
also see him. I can also see him going to the Jays.
That'd be a good fit.
Yeah.
I have another former Yankee going to the Jays. Actually, we'll get to him in a sec. Marcus Stroman, I have him
Who
going to the
could it be?
Angels. They're
Yep.
finally get a pitcher.
Peter Bauer.
I think he'll probably be there too. But I think Bundy, if he can do what he did last year, or he'll be there one. And that's actually not an awful rotation. If you got him and Bundy, you got to extend Bundy because you actually found someone who can pitch for once. Heaney, and
Hmm.
then who the hell
Hopefully,
knows?
hopefully, it wasn't a lie.
Yeah. James Paxton, I like him going to the Blue Jays. He's actually Canadian. I found out the other day. So I see a lot of guys
Yeah,
projecting
that'd
him
be
to go to the Blue
funny. Go
Jays.
back to the team you know hit in your
Oh,
home
right.
soil.
Yep. So Jose Quintana, good pickup for the Red Sox, I think. They just need a couple quality veteran arms. Um, Rick Porcello, I think either the Twins or the Rockies, because I don't know how many people
The
wants him.
Rockies?
Yeah,
Don't do that to him.
because like no one else wants him, but at least like you get good
Maybe the
defense behind
Royals.
you. You got good defense behind you, Maybe the Royals. I think the Twins could be a decent fit. They could they signed guys like Rich Hill and like Homer Bailey, like good depth options. So I think Porcello
Well,
could
Rich
definitely do
Hill
that.
can get outs effectively.
Oh
I don't
no,
know so
definitely.
much about Porcello.
Yeah, that's true. Porcello wasn't great last year. Just gave up a lot of hits, but doesn't really walk
Wasn't
anyone.
great.
Yeah, wasn't good. But Adam Wainwright, he'll go
Was
back to
an
the Cardinals.
average.
Adam Wainwright, I think he'll go back to the Cardinals.
Yeah,
Can't really
that
imagine him
or
somewhere. I
no,
think
he's definitely not retiring after that year.
it's probably this is
Oh,
probably his last year after this year.
yeah.
He's 39, but pitched real good last year. So, uh,
Hmm.
Kevin Gosman, I see him going back to the Giants. Pitched real well there. Ballpark works well for him. Homer
Ooh, I
Bailey,
read something. He might be going to the Yankees.
ooh, that's a good fit. I mean, that's his former division. He improved. He
I'd like
like
that.
came back last year. So
Yeah, I don't know if I'd like it as much as like some other arms because I tend to get terrified of high octane kind of starters and relievers.
right,
Anyone that throws hard scares me to death in terms of longevity.
right,
So,
yeah,
yeah, maybe it's the new Yankee in me, like just hating every single injury that has happened to my pitching staff.
yeah.
So, who knows?
Uh, Where were we? Homer Bailey, I think he'd be a decent back end starter for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
John Lester, I think he's gonna retire. He just spent like a ton of money on beer for his like farewell for the Cubs. So I think that kind of says a lot. Either he's
Yeah.
retiring or I'd love to see him go back to the Red
The
Sox.
Red
That'd be cool
Sox,
to
yeah.
see. Yeah. Anibal Sanchez, go back to the Nationals. That'd be a cool fit. That's a good fit for him.
Hmm.
Brett Anderson, I see him going to the Mets. He's kind of that. He's gonna be our fifth starter until Syndergaard comes back. Just because
Hmm.
you kind of need a guy, and he could probably also pitch out of the bullpen too. So
Yeah, you can eat some innings.
yeah, decent left-handed arm. Nothing amazing, but pretty decent. Cole Hamels, I have him going to the Braves. Didn't really get to pitch for the Braves, so maybe they'll try it again. Anthony Descalfani, Reds. Some of these guys, like I didn't really like understand. Like I just
He
see
throws
them
hard.
staying there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't really see another place like that would be a great fit for them or anything. Not that
Hmm.
I'm not saying he's bad and he can't pitch anywhere else. Just he seems to work well with the Reds. Might as well keep him there.
Yeah. He's like
Same thing.
low leverage guys aren't really
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, they're hard to talk about.
Yeah. There's not much to say, but Mike Fires, I think he'll go back to the Athletics.
You know
Good
what?
veteran.
I think he's gonna go to another ALS team
The Astros.
by the name of the Astros. Have you heard of them? Well,
Yep.
they're a pretty good team, and they're looking for another right-handed starter. I think it would be such a good fit
Oh, for sure.
because
They're all
you
buds,
know
man. He's gonna be great in the
they
clubhouse.
love each other out there.
He's gonna be a perfect fit in the clubhouse. All right. Martin Perez, I think the Red Sox bring him back. They just need as much starting pitching as they can get. Robbie Ray, I think the Blue Jays keep him, trade for him at the deadline. He's a decent pitcher, just has a lot of control issues.
That's an understatement. His stuff is insane.
But what's the understatement? The stuff or the control issues?
The control issues.
Yeah, it's
this
bad.
man walks a batter every inning.
He's shown good signs in the past, though.
Yeah, he no hit. I think he was on the Diamondbacks and he was no hitting a team before the trade deadline. But he had to be taken out after 5 innings because he had already walked like 5 batters.
Yeah. But
that's Robbie Ray.
Yep. Jay Happ, I think he'll retire. He's 38.
Get him the fuck out of baseball. I hate him.
Ivan Nova, I don't really know. Was he with the Tigers last year?
Yeah, he was actually pretty good.
So maybe he resigns. Jake Arrieta, I think he'd be a good fit with the Cardinals. Solid veteran. Rich Hill, either he goes to the Twins or he retires because he's 41.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe go back to the Twins. Who knows? Jordan Zimmerman, I think he'll go unsigned. I don't know really.
Nobody's signing him.
Yeah. Gio Gonzalez.
What happened? I was so hyped when the White Sox signed him, and then he didn't do shit.
I think he might go back just as like a decent veteran. But also they got Keuchel to be that kind of veteran guy. But
they're basically the same pitcher, except Keuchel managed to pitch insane, and
Keuchel's much
Gio
better.
didn't. Yeah.
There's a few guys I didn't really put on here, but maybe like we can just do quick. Chase Anderson. I think White Sox would be actually a decent pick because they just need some quality back end starters. Tyler Chatwood. Help me out here. I have no clue.
He'll go to the Cubs.
Sure. All right. Mike Leake back to the Diamondbacks. Decent fit. Jeff Samardzija.
For like $21 million.
Say again.
Jeff Samardzija might. I don't think he's gonna get $21 million again though. Mike Leake.
Oh no.
Or whatever insane contract he had.
Yeah.
Samardzija I think might go unsigned.
Yeah. Chris Archer.
But he was so good in 2019.
Yeah. He was really bad last year though. Either goes back to the Giants or just kind of remains unsigned for a little while until a team like really needs a starter. Chris Archer, I think he'll go to the Pirates just because they gave up so much. They need to try to get something out of him. So that's what I think. Bruce, Garrett Richards, who's that again?
Padres pitcher.
Right.
Righty.
Yeah, re-sign him. I don't care. Drew Smiley back to the Giants. Was pretty decent for them last year. Julio Teheran, Angels maybe goes back. He was really bad last year, but I don't know. Try it again. Taiwan. We gotta cruise. We gotta get through some of these. So Taiwan Walker.
He was great with the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I see him going back. He's a potential comeback player of the year too because he came back from Tommy John. Corey Kluber. I think the Red Sox would be a cool fit for him.
1-year deal, and if he can't figure it out, then he's gonna retire.
Yep, I agree. Tommy Malone, I don't know, back to the Orioles.
Number 69.
Oh, he is, yeah.
Yeah, he was traded to the Braves midway through.
Oh, right. Matt
Loves watching him pitch.
Yeah, Matt Shoemaker.
Such a beautiful face.
Matt Shoemaker.
How did he do last year? I don't even know.
I think it was decent for the Blue Jays.
I know he was good in 2019 before he got hurt.
Maybe. Colin McHugh. Who do you pitch for again? The
The
Astros, right? Yeah.
Astros? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he goes back to them. Matt Moore, I had no clue he was still in the league. He was like that. He was with the Rays for a while, right?
Yeah, he was a Ray. All I know about him is that I traded like when I was like 5 years old, I traded a shiny Matt. No, I traded like the three MVP candidates for one shiny Matt Moore, and everybody laughs at me. And that's the
What?
only reason why I know him.
Or in like
I
the
hate you,
MLB
Matt
show.
Moore. No, no, in like real life. Like it was before one of those what are they, New York State tests back in like fourth grade and everybody was trading cards.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, trading cards. Yeah.
Fuck you, Matt Moore. Fuck
All right.
you.
I'm honestly gonna skip over some of these guys, but Felix Hernandez, he's gonna retire. Um,
No.
and no, he doesn't really have anything left in the tank, and maybe he goes back to the, I don't know, man.
Go to the Mariners, please.
I'd love to
One
see
year.
the King's Court come back. That would be sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, he's literally like God. He's like, well, he's not like Russell Wilson tier, but like he's pretty high up there in Seattle. So, Michael Waka, I think the D-backs could be a cool fit. Um,
Hmm.
Alex Wood, Dodgers, he could pitch out of the bullpen. He could start. Good fit for them.
Ooh, what if he
On
went to the
to
Yankees?
that could be an interesting
I,
fit, but I think
I
they'd
like
rather use
that.
some of the younger guys.
Obviously.
Um,
But I mean, he's a nice lefty.
no, he definitely is with a funky motion, but cool one.
Hmm.
Relievers. Liam Hendricks. I think Athletics are gonna bring him back. They're gonna let Simeon go and prioritize bringing back Hendricks. I think that's a really good fit. Um,
I think he should go to the Phillies.
I hope not.
They had the worst bullpen
The
ERA
bullpen
in the
was
history of baseball
most of
last
these
year.
guys I think I have a lot of these guys going to the Phillies. Yeah. So uh,
There you go. Yeah.
Brad Hand. I think he's gonna go to the Mets. He better go to the Mets. I really hope he does. Um,
That'd be a nice fit. I like that.
Roberto Osuna, I think he'll end up going back to the Astros because I don't know how many guys actually like. He's a great pitcher, but he's just such a piece of shit. So, but they cut him, so
Yup.
they cut him, so they probably don't want him either.
His
So,
future is very undecided.
yep. Brandon Workman, I think he could be a good fit for the Tigers. Actually,
The
uh,
Tigers.
yeah. Uh, he just has some walk
Huh.
issues. He didn't pitch well at all last year. I don't know. Reset yourself
Fucking Phillies.
at a good pitcher friendly park. Some of these guys were kind of guessing,
All right.
honestly.
Yeah.
Ken Giles, I think he'll go unsigned until he gets healthy. Um, because
That's
he's
the same thing
recovering
with
from
Tommy
Tommy
Kahnle as
John.
well.
Yep, I did that Tom
Yeah.
Kingley as well. Tyler Clippard back to the Twins. I'm gonna just cruise through a couple of these, and
He's
if you,
underrated.
I do too. Yeah, I agree. Here, do you mind if I just cruise through a few of these, and if you got anything to say, just speak. Just
All
because I
right,
don't
sure.
want to make this 3 hours long. Mark Melanson
Of
back
course.
to the Braves. Yusmeiro Petit, I like him going to the White Sox. Joaquin Soria back to the Athletics. Pedro Baez back to the Dodgers. Shane Green, I think he'd be a great fit for the Mets. I really hope it happens. Um, Alex Colomé back to the White Sox. Andrew Chafin, I think he stays with the Cubs. Sergio Romo either stays with the Twins or retires. Uh,
Frisbee slider.
uh, Ian Kennedy, maybe back to the Royals. He's been there for a while, so I skipped over a few kind of guys who aren't that relevant. Justin Wilson, I think
Yeah.
he'll go back to the Mets. I really hope he does, but I think he will. Um, Brandon Kinsler back to the Marlins. Greg Holland, I think he'll re-sign with the Royals, and hopefully they'll be able to trade him
Yankees?
for some good prospects. And I think I'll just go to the Royals because he's just had so much success with them, and he pitched really well for them last year after his falling off.
Hmm.
So, um, Jeremy
Yeah, he's
Jeffress,
probably a fan favorite over there.
exactly. Jeremy Jeffress to the Cubs, I think, had a really good season with them. So Jose Alvarez to the Phillies, resigns there. Sean Doolittle also goes to the Phillies. Needs some good bullpen there, so that could be good. Uh, Trevor Rosenthal, it's back to the Padres. Keone Kayla, I think he'd be a good fit with the Phillies as well. Um, who else? I'm just looking for guys who aren't like no one cares about. Blake Trinan, I think he'll actually go back to the Dodgers. Actually, had a really good year with them. Tommy Canley, he'll go unsigned until he recovers. Brad Boxberger, the best players weekend jersey of all time, pitched well with the Marlins last year. I think he'll go back there. Steve Cishek, I think could be an interesting fit with the Tigers. Who else do I have? Jared Hughes, or I didn't put in a lot of these. David Robertson, I honestly think is gonna retire. I don't really see where else he's gonna go.
I never got to see him pitch in a
Bust of a
game. I'm
signing for the
really
Phillies.
upset.
Yeah, absolute bust of signing for the
Yeah.
Phillies. They kind of handled him badly. Was hurt for a while, and then randomly just had to get Tommy John. So, and then Jared Hughes, I think he'll go with the Mets. There's some other Pedro Strop, maybe he goes to the Phillies. That could be an interesting fit. Literally anyone. Just the Phillies are going to try to get any bullpen arms they can. So that's about it for free agent predictions. Anything else from you?
No.
All right, so we're gonna go to the segment that I'm very excited about. We now have a call-in segment. Number 585-622-4931. Please call in with a voicemail and we'll get to the question. We're gonna check that out. Unfortunately, Ben had to sign out, so he can't be here for the voicemail segment. But we're gonna get to our first voicemail. So here we go.
Hey, my name is Mike, and I'm from Rochester, New York. And my question is, if this show is just about the Mets and the Yankees, what if they're your two most hated teams, and you're a Red Sox fan? What do you have for me? Thanks. I'll take my answer off the air.
Well, you're gonna get it on the air here, Mike. Thanks for calling in, Mike. Appreciate it. So we don't only talk about Mets and Yankees. Luckily, we talk about a lot of all MLB stuff. Talk a lot of MLB news, all sorts of stuff, predictions for other teams. We have a super long episode, and the majority of this episode wasn't about the Mets and the Yankees. So, I'm surprised the Mets are one of your least favorite teams. I know the Yankees. I would expect a team like, I don't know, the Blue Jays or a division rival or someone you have like a long history with, someone who beat you in a World Series or like a tough loss or something. So, if you're a Red Sox fan, welcome. Appreciate you calling in. So, guys, that's the episode for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, comment, subscribe, the whole deal. Please call in, leave a voicemail 585-622-4931. And we'll get to your question, hopefully. I'm Elias from Big Apple Baseball Banter. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.